Hello, and welcome to yet another Q&A Thursday, where I'm your host, Dane Hennon. To my right, Levi Gates.
What's going on?
And to my left, Anthony Fisher.
Hey, Dane, what's going on?
And today is a special Q&A because it's the last one. For a few weeks. Guys, just saying, I had to clickbait a little bit because I know some people are going to be upset about that. But we have a great show in store for you. We look forward to all of your questions and comments.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some housekeeping to attend
Well,
to
I was just going to say, I don't know if our fans are actually ready for this. You got to think about it. It's almost 2 weeks, 2 full weeks.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Of no podcasts, no Q&As. Yeah. Like, I'm worried about Dan Pfeiffer.
They're going to go through withdrawal.
I'm worried about Grant Hawtrey. Yeah. You know, I'm not really worried about Hans because he's going to be with us.
He's going to actually see us in person.
Yeah, so. He's not going to go through withdrawals. He's actually going to get his fix.
It's full fix. The fix he's been wanting for years.
Along with
exactly
anybody else who will be present.
Harry Housewife, he's going to be getting his fix with us. Hopefully Gorilla Jeebus will be there to be able to say hi and hang out and spend some time with us.
All our friends in the UK and the EU.
Alex Dewar, Luke Berge, the great G. Davis.
Yeah, what are they going to do, man?
I'm worried. I'm scared.
Well, they might have to rewatch old episodes.
They might have to. Ooh,
Lordy.
Let's just talk about some great ones. Christmas Tree.
Yeah.
The Christmas Tree episode with Dane.
That's a classic.
One of the better ones.
The
mailroom.
The mailroom episode.
These are all just going to be a bunch of things making fun of me.
The podcast, when we first got back from SEMA and we told the story of our first year at SEMA when we were telling Dane to get his shoes on.
Okay, well, one of the more recent ones, the bagel policy.
The bagel policy.
Bagel policy.
Yeah.
Future classic.
Yeah, that is a future classic.
So
the Meridian Marmot, dude.
The Meridian Marmot.
Yeah.
That's a great one as well. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good ones that we've had. It's just, this trip will create some better stories. Right,
correct.
Because that's the whole goal, is to
add to the lore,
add to the lore. Be able to tell the tales of our travels, and hopefully there's something hilarious that happens. There always is. So,
but, to give you guys a little taste, we do have a sale.
We do
happening right now.
We do,
but they would already know that if they were subscribed to the newsletter.
Of course. So right there, you can see our very own Josh Petra, top of that TRX, really getting in there nice and deep. So we are having our Memorial Day weekend sale to save 20% off almost everything using the code MEM20 at checkout.
Look at the new sticker up there. Look at that. Look how great that looks.
Are they getting a custom sticker, Levi?
I don't think so.
Oh. I saw a sticker.
You did?
Mentioned in the email.
Woo!
Yeah, there is a sticker.
Yeah. That's a cool sticker. Can I go over and get it? I want to put that on my on my backpack.
Maybe.
Sorry, you got to leave town.
Maybe we can get Glenn to run over and grab us a sticker.
Sure would like one of those. I was worried. I'm worried.
So Glenn, if you're listening, maybe a sticker. Draw us one over so we can show people. But the sale is going to be running up until Monday. Go pick up some stuff for 20% off, and it's perfect timing because
there it is.
Ooh,
look at that.
Yep.
Check that out, man. I need that sticker.
That is too awesome. Can I get a zoom in there?
There you go.
Distract.
That is an intense sticker.
Nice. Dude, this thing's sweet.
Oh, now they zoom in. You're not holding.
You're doing that on purpose.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. That's such a cool sticker.
There you go.
We're going to have some people over in the UK. Can you bring us one of the American stickers?
They're going to be like, bring us some stickers. We'll see. Maybe.
But back to what I was saying, it's a good timing because I just made a post. Clay mitts and clay towels are officially back in stock.
I hear those
clay mitt is new.
So the clay mitt is the Ultra Clay Mitt, right? So people love the Optum Ultra Clay Mitt. So we brought that on as well. So now that Optum is no longer selling that, so we now have the Ultra Clay Towel, the Ultra Clay Mitt. Both are fantastic. I'm more of a towel guy myself, but the mitt is the most useful for production detailing and really belting, decontamination out as fast as possible. And so
now I know some people are going to be very excited to see that. They're excited to have that, use it. I know a lot of people are wondering what took you guys so long to get the mitt. Well, when we got the rights to carry the Ultra Clay mitt and towel, we got both of them, but we weren't sure. We were hoping people would maybe follow in our footsteps and they'd want to buy it and use it. And holy cow, you guys, did you guys literally sell out of the clay towel twice, 3 times, 4 times.
3 times, yeah.
So of course, once we had that in our back pocket, we were like, cool. Now we know what we're doing. Let's get that clay mitt or the clay mitt in there. So there you have it, guys. Sometimes it takes a little work on our end, but we got it for you. So
True.
But we wanted to say a quick thank you because we won't be able to say thank you on Memorial Day. So Levi.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to say?
Yeah. Just do a quick thank you.
Thank you.
You're good at that kind of
I
stuff.
appreciate it. Oh, not to me.
No. For Memorial Day.
Yeah. So for Memorial Day is to honor those who have served and fallen.
Yeah.
And I had a cousin who was killed in Afghanistan, and it's a big thing in our family. My family group text has been sending pictures of him and all that. So to those that have fallen, they've served and fallen, but also those that have served, led a good life, but then have died. Thank you. Appreciate all that you guys do.
And that is currently serving too.
Yeah, currently serving. We thank you for that. Our own, we've got a veteran just on the other side of the glass there. So, but yeah, for Memorial Day is for those that have served and fallen, and for those that have given the ultimate price. So, just want to say thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
20% off at the rag company.
Okay. That wasn't quite the segue.
Sorry.
There you go.
But you know what? Hey, I'll take it. So, other things to kind of do some housekeeping on before we jump into it, Dane. We are leaving here in less than 48 hours. I mean, less than
36
hours.
Dane and I are going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah,
somehow we get swindled.
Yeah, you guys didn't think about this, but I took tomorrow off to spend time with my family before I leave, mainly for the fact that I'm going to be missing my family an awful lot.
He's turning being selfish into being selfless.
No,
I love that.
No, what am I going to do? I'm not going to see my 7-month-old baby girl, literally the light of my entire life.
For 12 days.
For 12 days. And so, at this age, it's a tough age to leave.
She's going to come
right?
back.
Because
you're going to come back. She's going to be walking.
Talking.
Smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, smoking cigarettes.
Katie's going to be
driving.
I'm
like already yelling at you. You're not my dad.
Well, because the thing
out
is,
of my room.
You never know, Levi. Could be a castaway situation. All 3 of us, right?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
We land in a Nordic island, right? There's nobody else. We're just left with a bunch of FedEx packages and people's luggages, and then we start making friends with
I swear to God, if you
volleyballs,
see a ball, if you see a volleyball, throw it away immediately.
Yeah, no, we'll start making friends with volleyballs.
If you see an ice skate,
and it's gonna be
use it as a makeshift knife.
It's gonna be rough, man. So that's what I'm just saying. You never know. That's why you want to enjoy all the time that you have with everybody that you love.
Yeah.
So now, if you were to ask me this again, maybe in 10 years, right? And say, do you want to spend time with your family? I say, I'll probably need a break, right? Get me out of the house.
That's what I'm saying. I'm 10 years ahead of you.
Yeah. So I might be on Levi's page where I'm like, get me out of here. I need a
No, what I'm going to do though, here's what I am going to do. Tonight, after work, I'm going to head down. I'm going to buy a couple of trinkets.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is something that I do on big trips, and I did this prior to the pandemic. I'm going to get a bunch of little things. Going to buy about 12 small items. They might be combined, they might be separate, and then I'm going to put them in some lunch bags. So every other day while we're gone, my wife will then present these goodie bags to my children.
That's fun.
It's just a little prize to help the days go by. So they understand, okay, we got 4 more bags or whatever. And they'll get a bag every other day. They can play with a toy. Might be something as simple as a Hot Wheels car. It might be silly putty. It might be something, but it's something they like. They look forward to it.
Augie opens it up. He's like, a shaving cream and a razor. Why did Dad get me this? Right? Well, because you need to be a man.
There's some deodorant.
Yeah, there's deodorant. She's like, deodorant and toothpaste.
Yep.
You're like,
Enjoy it.
We are a practical family.
So I'm taking tomorrow off, but it'll be good. I'm gonna get some stuff done and make sure we start packing. We already got our suitcase regulations because, of course, all of our hot bag talk actually comes to play in these situations.
Last night, our conversation was literally on what is the allowable size, because Dane said he's bringing a closet.
I'm bringing Big Green, which I bring on all our other trips, and I have brought to the UK before. However, we're making a few extra stops this time. Got to make sure it's okay on all the airlines.
What if your dad was wrong?
Oh my God, I hope not.
If he was wrong, I don't know what the heck I'd do. Probably.
So I'm well within the rights. You guys are going to try and just, You're going to be all right. You're about 5 under.
No, I'm like exactly like 3 under. Or 2
Dane's
under.
2 under. You're 3 under.
I'm actually 3 under.
Yeah.
Because I'm 59.
So you're both there.
Limit is 62.
So we're gonna we'll see. Hopefully everything. If worst case scenario, I'm cutting off straps, I'm cutting off rollers, I'm doing whatever I can. I'll shave it if I need to. Right? I'll be out there.
I'm tucking the zippers in when you close them. You just take the zipper and push it around.
Yo, I know exactly what you mean, Dane. So
more aerodynamic that way.
You got to tuck the zipper always.
But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into some questions. I'm sure we'll talk more about the trip as we go along.
One thing I wanted to highlight. We have been on a juice cleanse.
Oh, yes.
That is not juice.
So we
thanks to our friends over at Boise Juice Co.
Yeah. So my bottle's in
Delicious.
the trash. But we have. So these guys do
zoom in here.
Yeah,
please?
Nice. That's a little, turn up the beat
plug.
that you're drinking there from the Boise Juice Company.
Glenn or Nick, Anthony, can I get a zoom in on
No,
this?
they're not listening. So, but basically, we do this juice. We thought it'd be funny. So they actually make juice, raw, cold pressed juice, and
then you pay a lot of money.
They do sell juice cleanses that you can do 6 bottles a day. And they'll sell them to you. So we thought, why not do a juice cleanse, but for a week and only do 1 meal replacement a day?
It's really not
It's not even really a meal replacement. We're just drinking a juice on top of it.
We're literally just doing that. So anyway, we've been doing it, but it's been fun. It's been something for us to be able to kind of count down to the end of the week.
Well, it's just so funny because we walk into the place and they see us every day now, and we walk in there and I'm like trying to sell Dane and Jimmy and Levi on certain juices, and I said, hey guys, so Anthony here from Boise Juice Co. Now, one thing I like about Turn Up the Beat is there are a lot of anti-inflammatory features inside this particular drink. Now, using the beet juice, using the carrot juice, using the apple juice, we're able to extract a lot of those good healthy vitamins that are going to be antioxidants, as well as just kind of keeping you fit and stable with actually some kind of extra collagen support built in. Now, what this does is it tightens up the skin, makes you feel a little bit better, and helps stabilize blood sugar, which is another big, I guess, a big effect of drinking beet juice. People in the place are looking at us like these people are freaking crazy, right?
I just want to say for the record, did you hear how good he was at that? I question everything he's ever told me about towels.
Yeah, sorry, Dane. So, but like, so we're I'll BS and I'll do these things
he's like,
inside
which one
here.
Are you getting? Are you
and I'm like, let me
this
tell
one?
you about the magic Mojito drink, right, with blue spirilla. Now, not only is this an aphrodisiac to really take it home, not only at home, but take it into the bedroom. This is something that you're really,
Dan, save us.
So I jump in there and I play this, right, and it's just so funny because I don't know, they think we're crazy, but it's so fun because like.
All the customers that are standing in line are
like
watching.
We drink them, we feel exactly the same, but I go, this is delicious. It really
this one tastes good. This one's a little spicy.
All right, so Dan says, good afternoon. Word up from Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve to the TRC gang. Detail season is in full swing. Thanks for the weekend
You're
sale.
welcome, man.
Yep. Followed by.
Oh, he went 1-to-1. Great.
Dan, you're wrong. You can't do that. No.
Oh boy.
No, Dan. 7-1. Oh my gosh, Hans Close and our very own Hello Towel
Hans,
People.
how's it going?
We are
the man with the dragon tattoo.
Shinehouse says, hey, but in a creepy way.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
Hey. Jamie the Cleaner, happy Friday Eve, TRC squad. Glad I'm waiting on the Memorial Day sale. Can't wait to use that new Ultra. Claim it. Nice.
Yes,
enjoy
sir.
it. And Grant Hawtree letting us all know Ray Liotta.
So Ray Liotta, what was his
or is
best?
This like a prank?
What was some of his best movies?
Goodfellas.
Yeah, like everybody knows him for Goodfellas.
Okay, what else was he?
Field of Dreams
is another classic.
Oh,
he was in.
He was in Observe and Report.
Yeah, Observe and Report. He was just in the new Sopranos movie. He played Hollywood Dick in the new Sopranos.
What the heck
movie.
happened, man? Poor Ray Liotta, man.
Yeah, 67. So,
young.
Yeah, very young.
He did not seem that old. Yeah.
Dino saying, hey, TRC gang, what's up? Hope you guys have an awesome flight. Too bad I won't be able to meet you at TRC EU. We're sorry, Dino. Dang it.
Should be there.
Be fun to see you, man. Joey Belinsky, happy Thursday, y'all. Spent 18 hours this last week on a 2-step and a coating on our Chili Red Mini. Looks amazing and smells good, too, if you catch my drift.
Nice.
Ooh, yes.
Broadcast Music says, detailing today, thanks for all the inspiration and information. You are all the best. 5 stars.
5 stars.
You know what?
Nice.
If you haven't rated this podcast 5 stars, please do so.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Give us a hey from Chi-Town.
Yeah.
And then Gorilla Jeebus, Guten Abend, sitting trackside at the 24-hour Nürburgring event, waiting for the weekend to start. Have a good trip to Europe,
gosh, that
y'all.
sounds amazing. Take me with you.
Nice.
I'm coming in 2 days. Pick me up. You can meet me in the Netherlands.
We'll see you soon.
We'll drive back and we'll have a great day.
There you go.
Yeah, the German border isn't that far,
Yeah,
right?
we're going to be in Hengelo. We're like 20
I
minutes.
hear it's not that far.
Dude, I might sneak out in the middle of the night, right, and have somebody take me there
see.
so I can start my morning there. Like a cup of coffee at the ring, right? Jumping
I was going to say,
into
it's a good
car.
thing the authorities will have this record to be able to pull up and
How
see.
far away?
He premeditated
Let's look.
this.
Hold on. Let me
No,
check.
it's a
When he crossed the border without
legally-
permission.
No, it's not crossing the border without permission, Dane. I'm obviously going
He'll
to
have his.
permission.
He'll have his.
We're not stopping in Germany on this trip, so how are you getting into Germany?
Drive really fast.
Oh, okay.
So,
the
let's get
Autobahn's
some,
only on one side of that border.
yeah.
Oh, dang.
Let's get some direction.
Okay, so moving on, we got Tyler Cruz says, and here we are, another Thirsty Thursday and the start of a bank draining sale. Happy Thursday, fellas. Tyler, well, don't spend too much,
mean,
right? Yeah, save
Let's be
save a little
responsible
bit and
here.
there.
So
we want you
Anthony,
to enjoy,
it's
not be sad.
It's a 3-hour drive.
That's a lot, not that far.
So
we
you
could do
That's
it.
like driving to Pocatello.
Is that the speed limit?
I almost called
it's
it
at the
Pocatello.
speed limit. So you
'Cause
could
it
make
is.
it to the Nürburgring.
Do it.
Yeah.
So Harry Housewife saying, evening from the sunny old UK. Hello,
hey.
hello. MS, hey guys, my car is not coated. I have Optiseal and top it with Bead Maker. Can I use C2V3 on top of the Optiseal and the Bead Maker? Do I have to remove them first? You can. It probably should. It's probably not going to hurt anything.
It's not going to hurt anything. They all kind of play well with each other.
Yeah.
I wouldn't overthink it. If you're just using it as a drying aid or just a quick topper, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
DTNA says, what is up with these Stigarnaglas products? I've never heard of them.
She says Stigarna.
So it's Stigarnaglas, and it is a product line out of the UK that is designed...
Scandinavian design.
Yep, Scandinavian design, but it's out of the UK. It's been taking Europe by storm.
Yeah.
And we brought it over to North America. So
So if you want to
Is-
get some input from people
Yeah.
who've used it, you can ask people in the UK who've been using it for a little while and really enjoy
Well,
it. Or
it's
you can
a-
check in with locals
yeah.
who just started.
It's a super fun brand, and it's brand new to North America. That's all. So,
And dude, try it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
I think it's going to catch on more and
check
more.
him out on
Jack does.
Instagram.
it
Check
just-
him out on TikTok.
Yeah, Jack does an amazing job. He's a lot of fun. He's also one of the frontmen from the Top Gear Clean team
Yes.
as well, which is pretty.
That's
pretty
cool.
sweet.
Yep.
Daytona Wallace says, "What's the best way to maintain a clay mitt / towel? I had one scratch the hell out of my paint once and haven't trusted one since." Daytona, I don't think you were using a TRC Ultra mitt or towel, were you? So our clay mitt and clay towel, it's a fine grade clay. It's a perforated clay. The way that the clay is actually mated to the microfiber towel is a very unique way of doing it. It prevents the clay from lifting off the towel, and it makes it really just a much more safer, more pliable kind of experience. And so best way to clean it is cleaning it on itself, maybe using a little bit of APC. So what we'll do is typically spray a towel, a little bit of APC, kind of rub it on itself to kind of remove some grime.
You can also use your hand.
You can also use your hand. I like to run it underneath warm to kind of hottish water, and I like to wash it from both sides. So basically I go from the back side of the towel or the mitt, let the water drain out of the perforated clay, and then go the other side as well, and kind of go back and forth. And you'll notice an area that you've cleaned. I mean, basically, you'll start to see a lot of that grime and grit kind of lift off of there, especially when you're using an APC. And then after that, man, I rinse it thoroughly. I hang dry it, let it dry completely, roll it up, or
Yeah,
in
the other
case,
thing is you
put it
always
back
want to
in
break
its-
it in on the glass.
Yeah, break it on the glass, yeah.
Do all your glass first with it. That way you know all the edges are honed, so to speak. And then make sure you're using a proper clay lube. With it and no pressure. And
don't
it's,
know.
it's honestly the easiest, safest
I
clay
haven't
mitt
had,
on the market.
Yeah, I haven't had
Clay
one
mitt,
issue.
clay towel.
I've used that towel improperly. I've used the mitt improperly.
Yeah.
Never once have I had an issue. And so, trust me, I think I really do think it's the best thing on the market currently in terms of clay materials. So, give ours a try, give it a shot, try, all the preparation things, but then when you let it dry, and then put it back in the container which it came in. So I roll my towel up, I slide it back into my towel container, or in the Mitt's case, I open up the clamshell, put it back in there, and then store it in there. That way it's not exposed to any other contamination.
Yep.
And then try not to drop it on the ground. If you do drop it on the ground, then go wash it and clean it thoroughly. Shinehouse says that must be Anthony playing the drums on the intro. Yeah, I don't know why the audio comes through, but I have a little drum machine app where I kind of be BS and I kind of play the drums on my phone for a minute.
I tell people always treat the mic like it's hot.
Dane, it is always hot. It's a hot mic.
Dino says, don't forget our FFP2 masks for
Fast
the
and Furious position 2.
We got some KN95s, we got some KN94s, we got some 2.5s, we got all kinds of masks.
Are you bringing those? Because I'm not.
I've got a bunch in there.
I have my normal masks. I'm bringing.
Well, I'm just bringing masks. That's all.
Cool.
So, Nick Stessman says, Anthony, I really enjoyed the CRZ Mugen install video. Excited to see what you do next, brother.
Thank you, Nick. You must have me confused with somebody else that also has a CRZ.
That's weird.
I don't know who you're talking about, but I really appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Harry Housewife says,
Stealing
are you guys
credit?
looking forward to coming to sunny old UK?
I hope
Yes.
it's sunny.
I hope it's sunny.
I hope it stays in the 60s I've been seeing.
So
That
we've
looks
been
nice.
watching the weather. Mm-hmm. It's going to rain while we're in the Netherlands. It's going to rain in
the other
Geneva. It's
places.
going to rain, but we got some sun right before Coventry. And it's about 20% for the rest of the UK.
I was going to say, it's just going to rain everywhere except for the UK, according to what you were showing me, which is funny.
It's a 20% chance every day in the UK, which is normal. So I think we're very excited to be there. We miss you guys. We miss hanging out. We miss seeing everybody over there. It's been 2 years, so it's nice to be able to get back out there and do it and travel and see. So we're very excited to be there and excited to see everybody. So.
Dan Pfeiffer says, don't worry about me, Levi. I'll be fine. Thanks for thinking about me.
No, you're welcome, man.
Then we have a Ryan here who says, picked up a clay towel on Monday after hearing you guys had stock on the podcast. How many uses per towel? Oh, my gosh.
Tell them.
Too many.
How many did you?
So, honestly, there's about, I would say 50.
50 max uses?
50 full cars.
50 full cars, okay.
Yeah, wiping down 50 full cars is probably your
Not
limit.
tiny cars either. You could do medium-sized cars.
Yeah, but I mean,
50.
like, realistically, 50. And the way I see it is it costs $50. It's like 49 something or other. It's about $1 a car is the cost. Yeah. It's going to last you more than a clay bar. You could, if you take care of it and you do like Anthony and I said, clean it, wash it, inspect it, you could get up to 100 washes out of that.
Yeah.
100 uses.
We've seen it done.
Yeah. And if you're only cleaning your car once a year, and you get 50 uses out of it, it's going to take a while. Yeah. Han says, there's no IROC lady in the UK or Europe, though.
Yeah, IROC Z's weren't exactly popular over
We'll
there.
find her.
We'll find her.
No. Jamie the Cleaner says, one of the best stickers yet. Thanks.
I think so, man. I think this thing's awesome. Nate killed it.
Han says, bring that sticker with you, Anthony.
You're so funny.
They're saying Harry Housewife says we should make one in. Can one of those make it in with a hat?
Well, maybe Levi will throw it in his bag since he has his bag with us. He'll throw a couple in there.
Sure.
Phil says, happy Friday Eve from Salisbury, UK. The UK welcomes you boys with open arms when you arrive for Waxstock. From the chemicals you supply, which would be the best polymer sealant and why? Well, Phil, that's kind of a hard one because we have such good ones. You've got Optiseal, you've got Bead Maker, you've got C2V3, you've got Parla, you've got SSO02.
Technically, C2V3 is a ceramic
It
sealant.
is technically a ceramic, so the rest are all kind of, well, SO02 is also an SiO2, right?
No,
it's.
I don't think it is.
Anyway, so between Parla, Bead Maker, and Optiseal, all three are legit awesome. We've been playing a lot with Parla. We're really liking Parla a lot, so you can check that out. Ron Ayotte. Good afternoon, TRC. What's up, Ron? Oliver says, coming to the UK. I'll see you at Waxstock. Woo!
See you there.
Hey, nice. And then Kimberly.
Hey.
Greetings from Chicago. Happy Friday Eve. I'll watch later, but I wanted to wish the team safe travels. Behave yourselves to the point that you won't end up needing bail. Other than that, have a blast. Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you. I hope it's not like a European vacation situation or Euro trip, right?
Yeah, Euro trip.
Yeah.
Right.
Staycation, but in this case, you're trapped.
Yeah.
Mike C, if I clean and detail an engine bay with tap water as opposed to deionized, will Motorplast still be effective in the curing, or will it perhaps be disastrous? No, I don't think it's going to have that big of an issue, Mike. I think it just needs water, period.
I would say,
you might have some spotting.
If you cover everything pretty well with the Motorplast after you've rinsed everything,
I think it'll chemically react.
I think it'll react well. I don't think it's going to leave necessarily water spotting. Just clean up everything else around it, right? So if you have like paintwork that got water on it, make sure to wipe all that down. And then if you do see any kind of like spots forming, I think if you wipe them relatively quickly, before it's fully cured, I don't see it being an issue. I think it'll be fine. Eric Carter says, which is better, the 2-bucket wash method or the 1 bucket with multiple mitts and pads? Oh, man, you could argue this all day.
That's whatever works best for you.
Whatever works best, man.
They'll achieve the same result.
I think that you'll pretty much get to the same result. The 2-bucket wash method obviously has been a big thing, but it requires you fill in 2 buckets. A little bit more work potentially.
But it'll ease your paranoia.
But the multiple wash mitts and pads, maybe if you pull out a pad at a time and you're kind of maybe not dunking frequently, you're not inducing contamination back into that bucket, and then maybe you just have other pads in there that could be cleaner. I don't know, man. I mean, that's those two comparisons that you're doing are pretty close in the amount of safety. So, Graham Marshall says, "Happy Friday Eve, lads. I hope you have made your list and everything is ready for the National Lampoon's European Vacation." Ooh.
We are getting there.
Yeah.
Paul Allen, why do you think some cars at the most exclusive car shows are not detailed into a pristine condition? Goodwood, etc. Some cars are swirled up and it seems like no one cares about it, i.e. non-race cars. So race cars, he says they're getting used, so it's not a big deal.
So he gives it a pass. I would say not everybody's built like a detailer. Not everybody thinks like a detailer.
I also think that not everybody wants their car getting polished on, if the paint maybe is original or...
When they get hung up on the original.
Some are. Some you can't. You can't touch it.
Can't touch it.
It devalues it. Yeah. There are other times where collectors just don't know. Or they're builders and they just don't know. And so like that Thunderbird I did...
Shiny scratches just look shiny to them.
The owner of the Thunderbird, his son was the one that painted it. Mm-hmm. And when he saw it, he goes, "Oh my gosh, this is the best thing I've ever seen." Like, the fatherly pride of like, "Wow, my son painted this car. It looks beautiful." He was ready to go. He was like, "It's done. I'm good. Like, we don't have to do nothing." And Sean McNally and PPG Paul and Marcus all looked at each other and said, "Well, we still got like 5 more steps, Pops, before we can be finished." And he's like, "What? You can't make it any better than this."
Yes, we can.
But he didn't see that. Yeah. He just saw, "Wow, my car looks great. It's got fresh new paint." And that 9 times out of 10, there's a lot of folks that are like that. And they have that here, just like in our car shows. You walk through and folks are out there with their dusters.
Ignorant doesn't necessarily mean you're attacking them with the word ignorant, but they are ignorant that there is.
My dad just did that. My dad literally brought his pickup to my house the other day to show me. He was so excited. "Look at my truck. I've had it 18 months. Look how good it looks." And it was hard because I know he felt kind of bad because I was walking around picking that paint job apart. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Wow, this is," and he's like, "Well, I gotta have this. He's still gotta do this. He's still gotta do this." And I was like, "Okay, I really don't want you getting ripped off, Dad."
You're really just letting the air out of the balloon there.
Yeah, like I kind of felt bad, but at the same time, that was my eye, and this is the man that taught me how to look at cars that way.
So you think he lost it, or he was just blinded by how excited?
I think he was blinded by how excited he was to have his truck back. Yeah. He did say, "I want you to do your stuff to it."
Okay,
but it was hard to look at it that way. So I think that's just how people are. Ryan says, "Paul, those cars are nothing but tools for some people, and it's very hard to keep a race car that is used." Mm-hmm. Shinehouse, about to place a decent order. What towels do you recommend for applying Dream Maker or Bead Maker? FTWs. Mm-hmm. And towels for wiping compound and polish off after a machine polish. 365s, Creatures. You could try FTWs as well if you just want to stay within the same boat. Mike Phillips at 3D really likes our FTWs for compound and polish removal.
Or 350 if you want something a little.
I would say 365 FTWs to get you started. Creature Headless are also great.
Yep. There you go.
Daniel. That's what I said. It says that one time Anthony wants them to zoom in. They don't. I know, it's just ridiculous. Yep. I don't know what drives them to do certain zooming. And not
it all depends on whether you're interested or not. They do the opposite.
Mr. Trollin 86, safe travels and have fun. Anthony, that CRZ looks sweet. Placed a big Memorial Day order. Thanks for the 20% off.
You betcha.
You're welcome. Again, I don't know. I'm another guy with a CRZ must be looking better than mine, right?
Yep.
At what point do you just cave?
Paul Allen says, therefore, I wrote non-race cars, tools or not. They present the cars there, and they pay a lot of money to get them there. Detailing is so cheap in comparison. You're not wrong. It's just a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
They just
don't know or you don't see it.
Yep.
You don't know the problem exists. How are you going to solve it?
Yep.
Yeah. Ron Ayotte says pack half the clothes and twice the money. I like the way you think. And then Hans Closen says Shine House, Creature Polish and Compounds. Creature for Polish and Compounds. Eagle for spreading. Bead Maker and FTW for Final Wipe. I agree with all that. Mm-hmm. And then Sam says, huge fan of TRC, absolutely amazing, and have great advice and amazing. Hold on, this is a lot of compliments.
Wow, very nice.
First off, Sam, thank you very much. Very and amazing products. Wondering if you know of an iron remover with a mild odor. Some of these are quite bold. Happy Friday. Yes, Sam. So, couple right off the bat that we do sell here at the Rag Company. We have Iron Buster. It's cherry-ish scented. Relatively mild in comparison to many of the others that are out there.
We're going to have a little bit of that scent.
Right, is also an iron remover. And that one also has kind of a cherry scent to it. Don't smell it out of the bottle. Wait till it's sprayed. It's very pleasant. You'll actually really like using it.
Yeah. We've noticed because we have an enclosed building, we've been able to soak and spray a lot of product on there, and we're able to notice a lot more when you
want me to be completely honest, I think that back in the day, the WOWO's fallout remover had the best smell. I mean, in terms of a fallout remover, it really was very good. The G-Technic one we sell is more true to a traditional fallout remover.
It's a good product. It's just
it's good product. Smell. It's just kind of stinky. Whenever we spray certain products here in the building, we get yelled at because it's who sprayed the fallout remover in the wash bay?
Everybody knows.
It smells
the only
like
other option is somebody ate a lot of bad things.
Yeah, the whole day it smells. Brian, you can rent race cars and take hot laps at the ring.
I was going to say indoors or outdoors. If you're outdoors, the smell matters less.
Yes.
But, yeah.
And then Hans says, do I hear a road trip to Germany? Looks like he'll take you.
Hans, take me there.
Hans is going to kidnap you, load you up.
I'll follow the man with a dragon tattoo.
Alex says, happy Friday. You've got to miss the live. Take care, TRC. Safe travels coming up. Enjoy the pods. Thanks, man.
We'll do some live stuff when we're over there.
Yeah, Jay's Car Channel. Are you guys going to go over there to work on Anthony's new car freshener scent? The smell of a young German man enjoying themselves.
Oh my God, that's a G. Davis throwback right there, man. I love that. So, I wish that would be, dude. I don't wish the German men enjoying themselves, but I just wish that I could go out there and create some smells. But I will say there's some
you're going to be creating smells wherever you go.
Dear. Oh, that's true.
It's not getting
depending on what I eat, Levi. But what's actually going to happen though is that we just got a package in from our friends over at Kosh Chemi, right? Mm-hmm. And they sent some samples of some of their air fresheners, and so these are hanging air fresheners that you can put in your vehicle. And we got asked, what kind of quantity inventory are we wanting to have, and I specifically asked for quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to have 3 different scented air fresheners here soon available from Kosh Chemi. I'm going to try to push to get them on Amazon as well, but these are just hanging air fresheners. There's I think there's like 3 different scents, right?
That's great. They all smell delicious.
All 3 of them.
On the money.
Pretty good for air fresheners. I think they're going to like them. Good. So, no young German men enjoying themselves, but, close enough. Darren says, what's up, fellas? Can I use Green Star as a strip wash? Does it need to be mixed with GSF? If so, Green Star can be used as a active cleaning wash agent. If you want to put it into your GSF, you could also foam it add a dilution. If you want to dilute it 10-1 and then foam it on your vehicle or spray it on your vehicle, you can do that as well. I like it better in soap because I feel like the dwell time is a little bit longer because it does create more suds. And other than that, though, I think it's maybe compared to others, it may not reach that high pH of a true strip wash, but I think it does a pretty dang good job. If you're looking for a true strip wash, I would really consider picking up the Super Foam from Kosh Chemie, as that has some real serious cleaning power. And then Levi, the Hairy Housewife.
The Hairy Housewife says, Stiarna Gloss is a cracking brand, backed by another amazing brand, Dodo Juice. Honestly, those two companies make products that do exactly what they're designed to do, and they do it well. That's right. And then Paul Guerra, what up, homies? Wishing you all safe travels. Hope you guys have some fun. What applicator does Sydney use for cleaning windows? An Eagle or Pearl? It is the Orange Pearl applicator.
Yep. And thank you.
And then Phil says, guys, are the new clay towel and clay mitt available in the UK? Phil, I don't have that answer. I know they're available in Europe. I know that Rag Company Europe has them. They launched them today also on their page. But as to whether or not John Hull has them yet, I know he placed an order for them, but I don't know if he has them there yet. You might want to reach out and check, or John pops on here later. Maybe he can
they'll get there before we do.
Jay's Car Channel, by the way, happy Friday Eve, fellas. Always love learning from you guys and seeing all the cool things you talk about. Thank you, Jays.
Thank you.
We got the
classic. The Meridian Marmot.
It's the thumbnail. I can't ever get used to seeing that.
Can you please discuss Parla versus Bead Maker? Does Parla pair as well with that sweet, sweet O&R?
Yeah. Well, it's asking because I sprayed it with O&R. So Parla does pair very well with O&R. I think they do play well together. I mean, in terms of a product versus product, Parla is going to last longer than Bead Maker. That's just because it's meant to be a stronger sealant, a little bit longer term. Both are going to offer slickness. Both are going to offer protection. Both have a very nice glow to the paint. I think that Parla has a little bit of a darkening effect in terms of the way it hits the paint. Like, we've always talked about how Bead Maker seems like it kind of saturates the paint a little bit. Parla kind of darkens it and deepens it. And we did a tape line on one of the videos showing on a BMW, a black BMW, how much darker the paint looked after applying the Parla in comparison to the unprotected side. So both are really good products. I'd say pick one and go for it. We put Parla yesterday on a Jeep Gladiator, and that thing was glowing.
It was out in the sun there.
It had nothing. We used it as a drying aid.
And we used it as a drying aid. It had nothing on it, and it looked fan-freaking-tastic. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So
the biggest thing when you use it as a drying aid is just make sure that you're watching what you're wiping.
Well, just spray one paint all the time.
Yeah. Don't get ahead of yourselves. Make sure you're not, missing spots, things like that. Yeah. That's the only thing to worry about. Your other part of the question was, so the next one, Tyler, gonna polish with Scara and seal with Parla. Is there a Stiarna-like Bead Maker? Usually use Bead Maker as a drying aid every wash, every other. Could you use Glatt as a drying aid? Yes, that's what Glatt is a drying aid. So the difference is you spray it on, wipe it off, or you could dilute it, like Jack said, even more, and just use it as a drying aid and dry off that. You can do that as well. Ryan, UCT is the best I have used. I will never use anything else.
Ryan, that's very nice. Thank you. The Ultra Clay Towel.
It's nice, right?
And then Jamie the Cleaner follows up with, yes, the Ultra Clay Towel is the best clay towel out there today, hands down.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
JD Garage, iron decontamination. Do you apply the iron remover after initial rinse of the vehicle, or do you do a full wash? It doesn't really matter. Depends on the car. Really does depend on the car. If the car is lightly dusty, then yeah. If the car has been sitting in a field for months and months and months and months and months, you want to wash the dirt off first.
Really, I mean, if it comes in and you don't know the history of it, and you're just like, maybe it looks bad enough.
So it really depends on the car. I would always recommend at least washing the surface, cleaning the surface before you use an iron decontaminant. That way you don't have anything interfering or counteracting.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Ricardo, sup TRC crew, just got my Stiarna Gloss order today. Can't wait to use these products. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. And Dino says, FYI, don't put Parla over Bead Maker. My hood of the car was like warm and had Bead Maker on it for about 40 minutes to an hour. Then tried to go with Parla over it. No bueno. Smears, high spots. Yeah, I wouldn't do that combo, especially that close in time. On a warm hood, too.
Yeah. Man, we're already to page 1?
Frank, should rock chips be filled with Dr. Color Chip and then apply ceramic coating over the color chip? Thanks and safe travels.
Thank you.
Man, appreciate it. So rock chips filled with Dr. Cubs, then apply. Yes, you always want to fill before you put a coating over that. It helps protect it, and but two, just be careful because you want to make sure that your paint is cured prior to putting a coating, because some coatings can remove the paint. So.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean that's exactly what I would do. Just make sure, like Levi said, give the color chip fix a couple days to cure. I've done it. I've coated up within 24 hours of filling a chip. I just kind of know what I'm doing around that area, but you don't want your panel prep spray to remove the chip. Like panel wipe is pretty strong, for example, and it could absolutely remove and break down some of that kind of stuff. But you don't want that to remove it, and you also don't want your coating to have some type of solvent in it where that can remove it as well. So make sure it's cured, make sure it's set up well, prep it, coat it, and you should be good to go. Brian Vlogs says, "Hey TRC crew, what's your opinion on chemical guys? Is there anything you guys like from them, chemical guys? What do you like, Levi?
Well,
you like Mr. Pink?
I always like stripper
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I actually I've never owned any chemical guys products.
Wow.
Owned, but you've used.
I've used, but I never owned. I did buy a couple of their tools and equipment when I had my shop.
The torque polisher.
I didn't buy a torque polisher. I bought the capture mat from them.
Capture mat.
Okay.
But I will say, we know Paul and Jen, know them very well. I ran into Paul at Waxstock last year, and he was like, "Holy cow, Levi, I didn't know this was such a big thing." So I know Paul very well. He knows me on site, at least. He knows us, and his lovely lady Jen. They're great folks. The brand is designed for folks who are beginners in the industry. Truly,
it's meant to be eye-catching.
That's what it's designed for.
Maybe
now,
you're not into detailing, you're into cars. And you see this and you go, "Oh, I want that."
Yeah. Now,
it's good for that.
The products work as advertised, but they are built to a certain skill level.
They are.
And
that's fair.
They are designed so that they won't hurt you or hurt your car. Now, they might not get the job done the way you want it to be done, but again, this is a entry-level product line.
Yeah.
Now, if you're looking for professional products, professional grade, but also easy to use, entry level at the same time, that's what the rag company's for. That's what all the products that we carry under our banner. We look for that. That's one of the neat things about the new Stiarnagloss brand is that it's a entry level, get yourself into detail and have some fun, but no, every single one of those products is going to do the job the way it's intended, and you're going to get great results with it. That's why we have that. That's why we have them. That's why we have Color Lock. That's why we have Coach Chemi, G-Technic, and PNS. All of those lines are designed to allow you to do the job properly. So, and then Stiarnagloss pops in.
Hey, look at that.
Always
that's wrong, Jack.
Well, Jack is not such a fan of the.
Jack doesn't like one bucket and he doesn't like rinseless. But you know what? We told him. We say, "Hey, Jack."
He did a one bucket once.
Yeah, once.
He did a one bucket wash once.
But you had to hold a gun to his head. That doesn't count.
Perfectly with the Stiarnagloss line. Using the combination of snow and my foam cannon, right? A little Mata or bubbler in the bucket, right?
Yeah.
I can safely do a one bucket wash utilizing the Stiarnagloss line.
I like that.
Hey,
Dylan from Rag Company Europe saying hello, guys.
Dylan's gonna be shooting us our hype videos once we land in.
It's gonna
be exciting. I hope we bring the heat. We'll be very tired.
We'll be real tired.
I feel bad for them because, like, I know that last time we were there, we're not like our 100% recharged selves ever.
The guys
when
you
we're
see
on
in
those
the
kind of
videos
trips because, like, we're traveling, right? And I feel kind of bad because I know everybody's excited. Like, hey, you know, like I think we were shooting videos with Dylan a couple of years ago, and I'm like, okay, we'll do a couple of videos. I'm like, man, the energy's just not there. I'm like, what do I need, right? How many Red Bulls can I drink today before my heart jumps out of rhythm? I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, somebody will take a selfie with it. I got to see Anthony. They're like, oh my God, Anthony from the Rag Company. I'm like, yeah, let's see the picture.
Like,
and it's just you going
mugging. I'm like, if sleeping. Like, he's awesome.
He's so
he's
cool.
So full of
Tyler
life
Graff,
and energy.
Happy Friday Eve, TRC crew. My fiance's Cayenne has a heated windshield. Are they okay to put a glass coating on? Yeah, totally fine. And then Ron says, my 4 Norseman kits are coming tomorrow. Ooh. Also ordered Forced and Snow, both shampoos. I have a car with matte graphics coming in. So Ron, I love Mata, and it is just a pure shampoo. You can use it on cars that don't have to have matte. You can just use it. It's such a good soap.
I just want to know, did Ron buy 4 Norseman kits?
No, it's 4 Norseman kit.
Okay, because he said kits plural, so...
He ordered a lot more. So, Harry Housewife, yeah, I agree. So, not everyone is that into detailing. Some people think the cars are perfect and clean, but people like us notice even minor blemishes.
Yep, there's always that person who's, quote-unquote, fun at parties. Okay, so Ron Yacht here. I looked at a car with less than 100 miles that had the Disso dealer-installed scratch and swirl option.
There you go. Yeah, that's how
true.
It works.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Scott Matern, Daytona Wallace. I had a synthetic clay mitt scratch the heck out of my paint a year ago. I think the rubber lifted off the mitt part and hardened, but I'm not 100% sure what happened. And then MS, would you say CTV3 has a longer, more durable protection as opposed to a polymer sealant? Yes and no. It really just depends. There's a lot of polymer sealants that last almost longer than a ceramic. There's other ceramics that
it's case by case, really, because the chemistry is not always
it's case by case. There's some good ones out there that can definitely rival it.
But C2 lasts a long time. I mean,
it does.
It's solid stuff.
Corey says, I know that PPF is preferred after headlight restoration, but can you recommend a good ceramic coating instead? Telling you, man, a coating will never typically hold up the same way, and I've used them, tried to use most of all of them. I don't know. I think that maybe CSL is fine.
But I mean, you got to have something.
Legend would be fine
on the headlight. Apart from that, if you're not going to go with PPF, like a 2K clear or something, and then coat over that.
Well, you need something that's going to bond to the polymer.
The
polycarbonate.
Because if you're just putting that over the bare headlight, that's not as.
PPF, Corey.
PPF is just
you could try any of the coatings, but in reality, then none of them are going to stick unless they're designed for a polycarbonate.
That's also true.
Even the Optimum stuff that we used to sell would not stick for long. I mean, it would fade and yellow just like anything else.
Yeah, because it continues to oxidize.
It depends on if you're dealing with poly headlights or glass headlights, because some cars still have glass headlights.
Corey then says, Levi, could you remind me of the PPF vendor you mentioned in previous podcasts? So we got to play with some of the new Avery Dennison PPF, and it is really nice. But for those of you wanting to buy maybe just a couple yards of PPF, to be able to use it, reach out to fellers.com, FELLERS.com. You can buy Avery Dennison PPF. You can buy a 30-inch roll. You can buy a 30 by 3 yards and just have 3 yards of PPF that you can then cut out and have your own pieces so you could do headlights. You can also learn by taking one of the many classes that Avery Dennison has on their website. Just type in Avery PPF class, training class, and you'll find it. But fellers.com is great because you can choose the size and the amount of product that you want. And they do vinyl, they do PPF, they carry all the major brands. They also carry tools and equipment. We've become really good friends with our Fellers rep here in Idaho. And the Fellers company has always been a really good company, and they've got them all over the continental United States. So
good folks.
There's probably a warehouse near you. That's what's so cool about them. So check them out. Ryan, what's up with all the Ryans? Seriously, have a fantastic trip, guys. I know, right?
That's the top of page 2. Let's go to page 1.
Tyler says there appears to be an absolute beauty in the chat. Caddy J.
You know one when you see one.
Oh my goodness! Super chat,
buddy.
Corey.
Thank you, Corey.
Holy smokes, man.
Thank you.
You guys rock. I'm having a coating party on my E36 M3 today, getting her ready for the Euro car show here next weekend. It's been 3 years, and I'm ready to swirl spot.
There we go. Look up on the other screen.
Ready to swirl spot, baby, and have the absolute most fun you can have. So Corey Wagner,
That's awesome.
the new deputy chief of the Swirl Police.
Ooh.
So he's going to look him out there. He'll
Wouldn't
be
want
out
to
there
get
with a
busted
second.
by him.
That's right.
Well, that's a sharp-looking 36.
Lay
so
down the law.
Good
Yeah.
luck, man.
We
Yeah.
know all about the Swirl Police. So they go out there, they
we
watch it
do.
out at Waxstock.
They look a little bit different over there.
They're loose cannons. They don't play by the rules.
Yeah, they are
the
loose
book gets
cannons.
thrown out when they're in charge.
Decon Detailing says, so who is excited for the new Rupes cordless 3-inch polisher?
I am. I'm actually really excited to see. I want to see what the power is on it. I want to see how that baby is ergonomic, how it feels, all that good stuff.
Between me, Levi, you guys and the wall, right?
Don't tell anybody.
We got some. We saw some pictures when Dylan was here.
Yeah.
And he showed us that particular picture flowing around. There was another picture too. It's pretty cool.
It's going to be fun. We'll just say that.
I can't say any more
Ryan,
than that.
That's the beauty of being in the industry. You know things.
There's a couple pictures I saw.
I recently used water from my dehumidifier for a spotless O&R wash. Worked very well. Ryan, yeah, you can go pick up. That's how Anthony and I do it. We go grab gallons of distilled water from the store. Yeah. You buy the 2.5 gallon. I got 2.5 gallon jugs that I just put in my garage on my shelf, and I use that to fill up my steamer. If I want to do that,
water supercharges that O&R.
It's
does
pretty
something.
rad.
Makes it even slicker.
Yeah,
it seems different.
Daytona Wallace says, I'm pretty sure mine was due to the clay melting onto itself in the heat.
Tennessee.
I just stick with a clay bar these days. I'm sure the TRC towel is super solid, though. Yeah, it really is.
It
man.
seriously is. We haven't heard
Hans Closen says, we will visit Timo and borrow his Rupes cart.
Oh, okay. Well,
for driving on the
good job announcing your crime in advance.
Or using a machine. Scott Matern, Daytona was viewers of Mitt. I'm wondering if it's a problem with the Mitt style or if we just mistreated ourselves. A lot of it is the synthetic clays.
Yeah.
A lot of it is the synthetic clays. There are tons of Mitts. There are tons of different types of clays. Ours is like quite possibly one of the best ever developed.
I haven't experienced it turning into like gum on the sidewalk.
I did that exact same thing a decade ago, and I was like, I'm never doing it again. I'm never touching these products. I'm never doing this. And when we first brought on Optimum's clay towel, I was like, and then when Ivan showed me the new Mitt towel, and I was like, oh, okay, this fixes all the problems.
The old Optimum clay towel was not good, man. And then they came out with that Ultra clay towel.
It was
and I even handed it to me before going to do that.
Well, he handed you that old one.
That was the Adam LZ 335. The first time we detailed that for Wash Wednesday, it was you using the prototype. It was literally the one. Yeah. And how many times have been used at that point?
Used it probably 30 times.
No,
it looked like it was.
He said it was like 100 or 200 cars. It was something crazy.
It was
like
absolutely beat.
It's like, what? And he was like, yeah. He's like, you'll be safe though. I'm like,
but
are you sure?
It worked great.
Worked perfectly.
You taught Adam how to clean it.
The Harry Horsewife says, are there any brands you feel are underrated and deserve more recognition? Any brands? That's a good question.
Well, that really depends on the brands. We watch.
Color Lock deserves praise.
Color Lock deserves a lot of praise for what they can do
for and what that system's capable of doing.
That system's capable of doing, and everything that they have. Those guys know more about leather than I think anybody in the world.
Well,
and they make all their products in house.
Yeah.
Well, and their products are so beyond good for what they're intended for. I don't know how to.
It's just a niche. Is the only thing.
It's a very niche thing, but I mean, in terms of leather, specialty, it's insane. The stuff that we sell that can be done with the stuff that we sell is already insane.
Yeah.
But the stuff that they sell, through their own kind of dealer network or installers of their color lock, restoration, repair,
specific.
It's like it's mind blowing. It's insane. But I would say that that's like the one truly professional niche product brand that we sell that like really gives you an insight to what the best of the best of the best and best and best of leather care is. in a retail form.
Yeah.
I think we can make the seats on our new project look like they never had any.
Well, like I restored,
Crackling
in my
and all.
after hours, I've been working on my pair of Recaro seats. I bought like this full set of interior Recaro seats. I have an extra Evo, and I've kind of been fixing them up. I took it to an upholstery shop. I had a patch or a piece of fabric repaired, and the guy told me, he's like, hey man, like honestly, this leather is so old and brittle, there's really not much I can do about it. He's like, I can't stretch certain things, and you'll have to repair everything, and some of this cracking here, it's just, there's nothing you can do about it. And as he's telling me this, which he knows a ton about seats, I'm in my head like, watch me make some magic happen. And so I sent my friends a couple of pictures of like, before and after of the bolsters of, before leather fresh and then after leather fresh. And they were like, how, like, what did you,
what
like,
voodoo
how,
magic is this?
Like, where do you buy that stuff? Like, how much, like, is it
how much
crazy?
that costs?
How much that costs? And I kind of laid out
Do you still have your daughter, or did you have to sell her to get this stuff?
Yeah, and then, I've done steering wheel stuff as well, and I'm just amazed every single time. So that's truly a good combination of leather products that you can buy for new cars and used cars, and be able to protect new cars for the future, and then be able to restore older stuff that maybe you've neglected or maybe you never conditioned. But it's very underrated. We sell it. More people should consider that if they really do care about their leather seats. That's something they should absolutely care for, because it is above and beyond traditional leather care of a one-and-done cleaner.
I got one more that you'll both agree with, which is the last cut, because everybody always gets hung up on their, discard this and blah, blah, that.
I don't know,
the last
Dane.
cut, amongst the people who know and have used the last cut, they absolutely love it, but I feel like it doesn't get mentioned in the same circles.
It doesn't get mentioned, but I also think that like the amount of respect that brand has just on its own existing, when people see a bottle, they look at the bottle and they go, okay, that person knows. Yeah. Like that person, like it's weird to say.
If I see somebody with the bottle in their hand, I respect them more.
If I see somebody with that bottle, I go, oh, like you're probably pretty good, not just because of the product, but because of the experience and being in the industry to be able to know that that's one of the best compounds available, or at least one of the tools you can use.
It's like a secret club. There's silent judgment, but it's in your favor, not against you.
So I mean, the thing is Jace is subtle about those things, and I think he enjoys being that way. But like that compound, that polish, the Last Cut Plus, it's definitely one of those in the know products. When if you use it, it's almost almost always works out. 99.9% of situations.
It's the problem solver.
Yeah. Daytona Wallace says, Scott mattered. Mine was the towel style. The towel was stored, folded, and the clay stuck to itself. Probably use user error. Yeah. So when it comes to clay towels, you don't want to fold it on itself.
Yeah.
And then moving over, we have Jesus says Decon on matte paint.
Same way you would decon regular paint.
Yeah. You're not applying anything that's going to change.
You can mechanically or chemically, using the clay towel, using a clay lube, or using an iron fallout remover. That's how you decontaminate it.
Is still soft enough to run a clay towel over it. Clay bar is a little bit more tricky. You have to use a ton of lubrication, but our clay towel with either soap or a clay lubricant can still glide over that. And I know this because I've detailed matte paint with the clay bar.
Yeah, in case it's clay spray or something.
Ethan, is Legend
Babylon 1435.
Ethan Bland.
That's what I said.
435.
Is Legend a good starting coating, or should I get something like Soul? Soul is a great starting coating, especially if you've never coated a car before. Soul is awesome. You get a lot of it, so you have plenty to do your car, your parents' car, your best friend's car, your girlfriend, your boyfriend's car. You could do anybody's car.
Legend would be like your
neighbor's
third coating.
You could play with that and enjoy it, and have some fun, get good at it, and then have a good idea of how to do a coating.
We got Jay's card channel saying, I think I'm showing my ignorance, but what are all the uses for the FTW towel? FTW was designed for windows initially, but it can also be used
for the window.
But now it's for the win. Now it's also used on spray sealants, on quick detailers. People use it for waterless washing. Some people use it even for rinseless washing. It's still a towel that can kind of do a little bit of everything, but I think most people's favorite take away from the towel is the way that it feels using a slickening product, right, on the paint, right? That towel glides very well. And I think that for glass, the amount of grab that it kind of has on glass to be able to provide you a streak-free finish. Those are the two best ways to use it. And then we have one more here before we jump to a break. Yeah. What causes polisher marks?
That's a dirty pad, a dirty, basically a loaded pad, improper tool use, the wrong tool. Like if you're using a rotary and you're not using it properly.
Improper arm
movements, angles. There's a ton of stuff that can cause a polisher mark, if that's what you're asking. Yeah. So there you go. We're going to be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Yeah. After this short break, add up your questions and comments now during the break so we can have a bunch to get back to when we return. But
there we go.
Just a minute. We'll see you in a few.
Yep. See ya.
Hello, and welcome back to Q&A Thursday, where we are essentially in the second half of the show, but this is the last Q&A for a few weeks.
Couple weeks.
So, if you've been holding back on your questions and comments, I highly recommend you get them in now, because this is going to be your last chance for a little while. And you know what? We do detailing stuff, but we do like car-related stuff too. So if you ask like questions that are like only kind of related to it, it's okay too. It's just fun.
So
so let's do that.
So I got. You want to ask me about all the cars I've ever owned? You can ask me.
No, don't do that.
My life started in a Subaru SVX. That's where
mine was Laguna Blue. What color was yours?
Oh. See, I prefer when they're asking questions like, "What do you think of XYZ new car?" Or like this kind of thing. Those are fun. Go off on those tangents.
I like going into hot bag talk. I like.
So speaking of hot bag talk, you and I matchy bags this year.
Yes.
Very excited about it.
I went rogue.
Also, got myself a new set of headphones for the trip.
You did.
Noise canceling with transparency mode. Very excited.
The coolest white noise feature I've ever seen.
At first, when you showed me those headphones in the picture, I said, "Okay, Levi." So these are like knockoff Sony's.
No, they're Anchor sound.
And you know what? They were much nicer than I thought.
Beautiful. I bought a couple Anchor products. They're really nice.
That's my power banks or Anchor power banks, right?
This is the Anchor's new headphones, the Q30s. Beautiful.
Delicious.
Really enjoying them.
I would say, though, I need to wake up a little bit. Because right now, I'm starting to get hit with that afternoon. A little bit
I think it's that beet juice you drank. Like I said, I think it's the beet juice.
Might have been. It's like relaxing me. I feel like I'm ready to kind of take a little bit of a nap.
I think it adjusted your sugar levels is what it did.
Are you saying it was more of a downbeat and less of an upbeat?
Yeah.
Dane, you have to leave now.
Ron saying, I bought 2 kits. And Cameron Messina,
holy smokes,
interior cleaners and conditioners always say to do a test spot, which I do. Have you guys ever had chemical damage something? I haven't yet. Yes, Cameron, but this is where it happened. Because I used to buy 5-gallon packs of products and hadn't tried or tested them and didn't know proper dilution ratios and just went in on it. I've used chemicals that have stripped the white letters off of all your windows, or your window markings,
you like rub the button on the steering wheel and suddenly that
gone.
Volume button just
gone. I've had it. I've put product on where all of a sudden the seat had been previously re-dyed at the dealership, and you just wiped one clean wipe, wiped everything off. Like I've done that, and that's why dilutions and making sure that you're using safe products is such a huge thing.
That's why I love those guys that come in with a magic eraser as the answer to everything.
That's the other thing. No, there's a lot of detailers that do that.
Don't do that.
It's not. It's not the.
It can be in very specific cases. But
in certain uses it can work great. Other times it's not really designed for that.
But it's not a catch-all.
So yes, but that is because there are a lot of folks that go to the dollar store. They go to Walmart and they just buy the heaviest, most aggressive cleaner out there and go,
I'm saving money by causing damage.
But they don't know the amount of damage they cause or the fact that it strips and removes a lot of stuff. So
that is true. Hans Closen says, woo, woo, Patrick's work son is here.
Yes.
It is true. It is his work son. Phil Bloomer says, guys, will there be any scope for Dodo Juice to be stocked by TRC?
Well, we can't talk about that.
Well,
you never know.
But I mean, we don't. It's not in any plans. I mean, honest. If I'm honest, it's not any current plans at all.
Yeah.
I'll never say never, but I don't know. We'll go check. We're going to go check out the headquarters over there. It'd be pretty cool to see.
We'll have a look in person. See what we think.
Randy Rockefort says, "Have a great and safe trip, gentlemen. We'll all miss you in next week." Yeah.
Thanks, Randy Ricochet.
Yeah. Hans says C1 is good for headlights. So while I was going to the bathroom, our Keith Duplessis, PNS, reached out to me.
Probably because he knew you were on break.
In the bathroom?
He probably knew I was in the bathroom, going to the bathroom, because he has been on the Q&A before. And he said PNS is launching a headlight coating called Lucid. They will be talking about it next week. I assume they're going to be launching it at SDC.
Yeah.
So we just kind of let the cat out.
We're going to be with Bob and Rennie at Waxstock, so we'll have to talk then about it. We'll learn more while we're on the trip. But stay tuned.
So Hans C1. I did put C1 on the Civic previously. I think I put it on the Civic, or I put it on one of the cars I did. What car did I do? I did a car recently. Oh no, Dane. We put it on yours, on your BMW. That's what we put on yours.
The Z3.
On the Z3.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was trying to think we put C1 on something.
Yeah.
And it did okay, but it wasn't like a permanent. It wasn't like what you think it would be.
Yeah. It's
but
not like
C1
when it's
does
on
stick
paint.
to odd things pretty well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it would probably be a good option over everything else. But that's very interesting. Lucid, I'm excited to see where that goes. Cameron Messina says, have any Avery PPF left over? Cameron, unfortunately, we don't. A guy named Josh Brodel came in here, busted down our door. He said, "You're not getting any of this." And he took it. And I said, "What are you going to do with it?" He's like, "I'm now the keeper of the PPF and wrap." And so,
in fairness, he knows how to use it better.
It was strange. But you know what? Hey.
I don't know why. He doesn't have an office.
It's in good hands.
So,
probably just keeps
the Meridian Marmot says, I've heard that Legend Soul is not as slick as CSL XO, but if both are topped with Bead Maker, would you say that the slickness, water behavior, and dirt releases is similar?
That would be like Bead
Maker.
Maker.
I would say so. I mean, basically, Bead Maker would kind of be your main, your main slickness adder there. But CSL and XO is very slick. There's no denying that. I mean, the water behavior is fantastic. The only downside is that the CSL and XO, even the combo, is still a little bit of a softer coating in general.
Well, in terms of slickness, XO is doing the heavy lifting.
And XO is doing the heavy lifting because I have certain parts of, like I said, Katie's 4Runner, I just did CSL and having XO. And I noticed that it's not as slick. It's just the CSL on its own. The XO really does add some slickness, especially after it's cured. But yeah, I would say that pretty much be on par, except with Legend Soul, you might get a little bit of a stronger, more scratch resistant, more resistant result. Yo Hurl says, very jealous of your trip. Yo Hurl, you're welcome to come along. I am too poor, so I decided to have my own wax stock.
Like whack.
Probably not the same, but the economy.
I like the take on it though. That's cool.
Hey man, I'll come out to that.
I would go to that.
I'm down.
Show up in the Civic.
I'm down. That's a couple wackies.
Yeah, all right, there you go.
I'll show up in the van.
Shinehouse says, I placed my order. Time to go sit by the door and wait. Thanks for everything. You guys are the best.
Awesome,
you're welcome, man.
dude.
Make sure you take food and water with you.
Rafael Rocha, longtime listener, first time caller. Happy Thursday, TRC crew. Greetings from sunny Arizona. Thank you.
Thanks,
nice.
Rafael.
And then Jeff C. back in the chat saying, so you're saying there's more than just a 3-inch cordless Rupes on the way? Something to fight off Team Red, perhaps? Have a great trip, guys.
Didn't say anything.
We
Let's
didn't say
be real.
nothing.
They're both
Our
Team
mouths
Red,
were
aren't they?
shut.
Nothing.
Good afternoon from Jay Bear. Thank you for the sale. I just placed my order today. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. We will be on a plane to Europe.
I feel like
Memorial
Jay,
Day holiday weekend.
Jay, you're going to go watch Top Gun this weekend or something,
Yeah,
right?
might be.
So I hope we get a chance to see it soon.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what's going to be on the flight. That's what my biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like, what movies are going to be available right now? Like, what can I watch?
I think it's literally the same thing that's on my TV right now.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is.
But it's free.
So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to be using my Fire. It's my Amazon Fire 10 HD 10. Got me
1080 resolution.
It's got 1080p resolution. It is it's a 10-inch monitor. It cost me about $100.
They don't call it Fire for nothing.
I'm going to be downloading some movies from my various channels.
Okay.
Thinking maybe the 4, 5, 6 Fast and Furious.
Okay. Cool.
The best ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching a plane explode on a runway as you're on a plane. That's a great idea.
And then gonna do that maybe gonna I've got 13th Warrior downloaded already.
Banderas.
Always a good time.
Oh, that's gonna be
always a good one.
Pair that with The Last Samurai.
You should get Zorro into the mix.
I could do Zorro. I could do some Zorro.
And Zorro is just.
I always love that movie.
Wait, trifecta. Add Swordfish to that.
No, I'm not a big fan of that movie. That is an awful movie.
It's not a good movie. I just enjoy it because of the weird cast choices.
No,
you got Travolta, you got Halle Berry, and you got Hugh Jackman.
Halle Berry was great in that too.
Yeah, but not as good as Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Not as great as Catherine Zeta-Jones.
So what I'm going to do
is a lucky.
So I'm excited to be able to download some movies. I'm going to watch some cool stuff. I started thinking about maybe revisiting The Last Kingdom. Love that series. Maybe watch that again.
The Last is that a movie?
It's a series on Netflix.
No, I'm talking about the one with what's his name, Orlando Bloom.
No, that's a different one.
Is that in the Kingdom? Kingdom of Heaven.
Yeah, it's Kingdom of Heaven.
I have that movie on DVD.
But I'm thinking I might download a season or two, and just revisit.
So you're trying to watch war movies and action movies on this flight?
Maybe.
So I'm trying to relax, right? I want to put on something
maybe
funny,
Euro Trip for fun,
something kind of quirky in the background. I'm gonna be listening to that, and while I'm listening to that, I'm gonna be playing my Nintendo Switch, right? So I'll probably be playing some fun.
You're gonna be
games. Multitasking because I want to create an ambiance, right? Hopefully, knock on wood, the seat between Dane and I in that row of three
currently, as of right now,
does not get taken.
It's open.
It's not taken. It's
Watch,
open.
Hans is gonna
because
buy it.
we're gonna
get there.
We're gonna put all of our stuff in the middle, right? We're gonna have our snacks and shared drinks and treats and things like that.
Yeah.
Any one of us gets tired, we kick up that thing. We kind of
what I'm liking is I'm going to be sitting behind Dane, so I'm going to be able to sneak my hand through and eat some of these snacks.
Kind of spook me. I won't know when it's coming.
You can do that, but I'm thinking what Nintendo Switch games I'm going to play because I really want to get into it. Now, do you want to know how I can honestly kill 10 hours? Like honestly, but not even thinking about it. I don't even need to get up to the bathroom. Is if I had good enough Wi-Fi there to be able to play Diablo 2 online, right?
Okay.
10 hours would fly by.
Really?
I don't think that the Wi-Fi is good enough to play the game.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to have active Wi-Fi for a game or streaming or any of that if it's not connected to the plane.
Especially one that's called Diablo.
Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to happen that way.
Well, it sounds like you guys are having fun. I was afraid you were going to watch one of the movies that I recommended you see in a theater, and then you're going to watch it on a plane and hate it.
No, Dane, I'm not watching. John Wick was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
That's a good one.
Because of your
recommendation.
Anthony, I love you, but I will never forgive you.
I think I'm going to do that. I'll get John Wick 2, John Wick 3, and John Wick 4.
No, for those who don't understand,
those.
I kept talking when I first saw John Wick. I said, "Oh my god, it's an awesome movie!" And then time went by where nobody watched it. He saw it, but Anthony just didn't see it. So then one day we're traveling on a plane, and he decides, "Oh hey, they got John Wick 2 here in the thing." I'm like, "But have you seen the first one?" He's like, "No," and then he just starts watching the second one with no
context. And I said, "It sucks." I'm like, how did they not do a good enough job explaining what the first John Wick was about?
The first one is such a
John
great.
Wick,
It's
in the first movie. They tell you all
why
about it.
everything's on fire. Right?
That's
what's
the first
going
movie.
on? And I said, I don't understand any of this. This is a horrible series.
They are very simple movies, but
you're like a child who walks into the middle of the movie and asks what's going on. It's literally what happened. John Wick 2 literally is a continuation of the first movie.
Right now, my mission.
It doesn't matter because I can walk into any Fast and Furious and pick up right from where that movie
I don't feel like you can.
I absolutely can.
But he's only getting surface.
I saw 9 with you. I don't know.
Well, in fairness, anybody could watch 9 and go, wait, what?
I think 9's a little confusing.
My mission right now is to get everybody to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. I want everybody to watch.
If it's on the plane, Dane, I'll watch it, man.
It's different in the theater, though. I'm telling you.
I won't do that.
What about the Norsemen? You guys know on Prime right now you can stream it.
I'm gonna watch.
So you could rent it and download it.
Me and Dane will watch the Norsemen together, right? So what we're gonna do? We're gonna get our Netherlands
I'm gonna do
food
that too.
they're gonna give us.
We're flying to the Netherlands. Let's watch the Norsemen.
They're gonna serve us some food. And
we're going to visit the Dutch.
I know
about the Danes.
They're very similar.
Yeah.
So they're gonna give us. They're gonna bring us our thing of wine, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I say, Dane, are you wanting to
transfer these to our drinking wines?
Drink some wine and watch this movie together. And what we do whenever we watch these movies together, we go 3, 2, 1, press play, and we press play and we go. No, it's starting.
I'm serious. We sync up our movies as we're watching, so we make sure we're both saying the same stuff at the same time.
So then when we want to pause,
they don't
pause.
Set it up that way. You have to do it manually.
Take off your headphones. Kind of look. Okay, we're gonna pause in 3, 2, 1. pause, right? And we go, okay, that was crazy. And I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom. And then...
Seriously, we counted out. It's a thing.
It's
now,
fun.
It's going to be good. I'm excited.
Got to make a group project of it. So anyway, back to the comments. But thank you. I really appreciate
Graham Marshall wanting to know, is there a new project? Shh, we're not talking about nothing, Graham.
Yeah, that's right. It's some little
maybe, hey, Graham, here's what we got to do. When you come to Waxstock and you pick up that T-shirt that you asked me for, and possibly a sticker, Dane will enlighten you personally.
He'll show you a picture of himself.
He'll show you a picture of himself. Yeah. And things like that. So,
of the
Ruddell G says, "What has more cut, Buff and Shine Eurotech Maroon or Rupes Yellow Pad?" Well, they're different pads, like completely different. They're different cuts. So the Maroon is a much higher grade cut. The closest competitor would be a blue Rupes pad to the Eurotech Maroon. That's the actual comparison. Then, what has more cut between the Maroon and the blue Rupes pad? That is the actual discussion you need to have. I like the maroon Eurotech over the blue Rupes. If you want to compare the yellow Rupes pad, that is more in line to the yellow Buff and Shine pad, and the yellow Buff and Shine pad has less cut and finish than a yellow Rupes pad. Yellow Rupes pad is arguably one of our favorite in foam. It's one of our favorite pads between Anthony and I.
Agreed. Darren says, can I use iron remover on PPF? Thanks for all the help. Safe travel, fellas. Yeah, you can use iron remover. I've never had any issue with iron remover on PPF.
Yeah.
JD says, last week, Jack mentioned spraying Stekada under the mats every day. Did he mean literally every day or every day for a certain period? So he literally meant
Not
every day.
under the mat. He just said
like on the mats or like the footwells.
Yeah.
So he said every day literally because his theory is that, and this is not a wrong theory, if you build up enough product, right, it's just like your own human scent that you have, right? If you continually force a smell into a vehicle for a long period of time, I mean, it'll hold on to that scent. It could be a year, could be years, right? And it's not that you're actively still using it, it's just that scent sticks around. Now, eventually, you'll go nose blind to it. Do you know what nose blind is? It means that you will eventually...
That's why I keep my body guessing by having 3 different deodorants on at all times.
What? That's not how that works.
He's called smell blind.
Yeah.
He's called smell blind.
So when you have nose blind, you're not going to be able to smell. And so you're going to be like, oh, I need more stuff, right? Or I need to add different scents. The scent is there. You're just not... You're used to it. But other people absolutely notice. So, for example, my Honda Civic has had so much Japanese squash scent in that car over the last, I don't know how many years.
It just smells
I'm nose blind to it. I sit in and I go, it just smells like an old 90s Honda, right?
Well, that's like getting in Dane's van. It smells mostly like Wendy's and Taco.
No, I think it smells like old Japanese men that smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, the van actually smells like, when you get in an old like 90s or late 80s
it does
Japanese
have that
car,
90s smell.
They have a very specific smell. The Jag smells like burgers, but that just might be because the cowhide that was used to make most of the dashboard gets cooked in the sun.
Yeah,
and
just
kind of smells a little like whatever I tell myself to sleep
like
at night.
Burgers,
Baconator, and mayo. So but anyways, with that said though, so it'll eventually smell good. So if you keep spraying the Sekida, if that's what you want to do, it'll smell like that for a long period of time.
Well, and I like doing myself, I would do it certain times of the year.
Yeah.
Like, I would run it every day for maybe the summer. I think it's a good summertime scent. I don't know if I would do it in the winter. I like to change up my fragrances in my vehicle for that kind of stuff. So, like, I think that's when I would use something different. But Stekida is one of those products. I think you just keep it and use it forever.
Yeah. I just am a huge fan of spraying not directly into my carpets and mats, just on anything, right? Even though Stekida won't attract dirt like other sprays will, I'm still I don't like to fully commit to something within the car, so that's why I take something else to spray it into. So whether it's like a blue shop towel, or maybe I have like an extra microfiber towel or something that I can just spray product into and then just kind of set somewhere, maybe over the top of one of my mats or in the back seat or something that can give me that aromatherapy effect. It's great. So with the Angel Wax product, Bliss and Eden, I did that for a long time with their two. I was like dousing these paper towels and just throwing them under my seat.
Right,
It smelled amazing. And I guess got kind of lazy, but the same thing can be done with Stekita if you want to do that. But in my case, it smells like Japanese squash. And when Jimmy opened the door, he goes, wow, that's powerful in there. And I said, Jimmy, you know what that is? That's a lot. There's a lot of Japanese squash air fresheners over the years, and it smells pretty good.
That's how it goes. When I go scent blind, what I do is, like I said, I literally buy 3 different styles of deodorant, Old Spice deodorants, and then I just change them up every other day or so. That way I know I'm always still smelling the same, because I've noticed as I've gotten older, it goes faster, my scent blindness.
Yeah, so you're a Kraken Guard kind of guy.
Yeah, I like, right now today I'm wearing Wolfthorn.
Are you wearing Wolfthorn?
I got Dragon Blast, Kraken Guard, and Wolfthorn.
The Wolfthorn is the more fruity smelling one, right? A little bit more like that fruit punch smell.
Yeah.
So Swagger's overdone, right?
Yeah.
I used to be an after hours guy.
Yeah.
And then I was a Aqua Reef. The Aqua Reef was huge for me.
The other one that I'm my main standby is
Bear Glove.
Yeah, Bear Glove. I could see that.
I could see that.
My main one for like all the time is Fiji.
Fiji.
The coconut Fiji.
I'm done with Fiji.
I could do that a lot,
I won't do Fiji
but I'm
anymore.
like you. That's why I thought,
smell,
man, I need to get the Dragon Blast. I'm really liking, and I just love
describe the Dragon
Wolfthorn.
Blast?
It's a little more spicy.
Okay.
But Wolfthorn I really like.
My wife hates all of them. So she's weird about deodorant too.
Yeah.
She'll smell like, I don't like that deodorant. Why do you buy these nasty ones? I tried buying their latest kind of like outdoorsy, like one's called like Everest, one's called like Alpine, like things like
I've got Alpine and the charcoal one. That's the other one.
So I tried those, and she's like, I hate all these, but the one she loves the most, she uses it on herself. She bought the lavender one.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, this is the best. I'm just going to use this. I'm like, you can't use it. That's a men's. Well, actually, use it, right? It smells amazing.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so, no, my thing is Aqua Reef. I also like a good classic Pure Sport, but I will say I'm only an Old Spice guy.
Yeah, me too.
Everything else I've tried either doesn't last, doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Oh no, I use Gillette gels.
And I'm a blue gel.
See, I'm a
Old
powder.
Spice. I'm not a powder. You're a powder guy. I don't like the way it feels.
Yeah,
I'm always afraid
can't
the powder's going to mess up a shirt.
No,
it does. But the gels don't
gritty.
last on me. My body destroys the gels.
See, I'm a large man.
Breaks them down.
That stuff, I don't want to mess up my shirts.
Mine doesn't cling. It just destroys
when I take
them.
a shower after using a powder,
and
I raise my arm and the water is beating off my armpits.
I like that.
I hate that.
You got to remember, guys, I'm a detailer and I like protection, so I want to see that water sheet off my armpits.
I don't like that. I like
that thing on.
Anyways, what Old Spice are you currently rocking? Let us know down in the comments.
The hairy housewife saying that gets me every time.
The hairy horsewife.
Horsewife. I'm going to introduce myself to you guys as that. Nice. Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Oh man. Okay, so we moved.
All right. So Peter Judge. Whoa. Oh no, where are we at? There we made some pages.
Away.
All right.
We were talking for a bit.
All right.
There we go.
JB saying, can you always use the Color Lock Strong cleaner, like if you have kids or dogs? Yeah, you can. You don't have to use strong. You can use mild. Strong is just there for really dirty stuff.
Mild will get you through
Mild will get you
through
a lot of it. Yeah.
Scott Mattern says, thanks for entertaining my cheap synthetic clay problems. I'll just get a UTC. Honestly, I figured synthetic clays were pretty much the same.
We've tried some different ones, and there are differences.
Yeah. Big differences.
We have
Christopher saying thanks.
Says, thanks. And then Good Way to Stillies says, good way to get out holograms on a black 2021 Z71
use your
Silverado.
dual action polisher.
Yeah.
Use the last cut like you've been using and pick out a nice pad like the yellow Rupes or even that maroon Eurotech we talked about earlier. Any of those.
You see, Andy's been doing some collabs on his Facebook page.
He's been doing
pretty
some
cool
stuff.
Andy, I would say, I just wanted to give you props,
up,
dude. I think that's pretty sweet that you're kind of like utilizing other local people, kind of pulling them in on video stuff and feeling comfortable doing that. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. Keep it up. I watched the video and I was like, dude, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, relatable too.
Yeah.
I liked it. We have the Hairy Horsewife says, JD, he was saying that you could spray it every day and the bottle would last a year, but it's optional. When you spray basically only one spray as when you want to in your car to smell amazing.
So date night, you're just going.
So what you don't want to do, honestly, your date night, speaking of that,
You don't want to spray it in your car right beforehand.
Never do that. It's an amateur move.
You do it the day before.
Ever do that. You have somebody come over to your house, right? Do you spray a house spray? No.
You light a candle.
No, you light a candle, right? Or you spray that house spray in the morning if they're coming over at night, right?
Yeah. You preempt it by like 24 to 48 hours.
Right? Yeah. Because it's the same thing with clone. It's always going to be the strongest. You're going to have most of that sillage, right, at the beginning.
What's the evidence? It totally shows that you were like a little overly concerned.
You're like overly zealous to try to get them in there. But nothing is more impressive when, like, somebody opens up the door, like even me getting into somebody else's car. I open up the door and I say, "Ooh, it already smells good in here." It doesn't smell like you just blasted it, but it smells like this is just your scent. Pretty cool, right?
You're going after that. Baconators.
Yeah, I walk into Dane's. I go, Dane, man, the culture of Baconators.
That's always the way it works.
Ryan L says,
right, Wendy's.
Just me, or does Ivan seem to be having more fun and making better content now that he is retired? I believe so.
I think he's having fun.
And then white waffle pad / hyper polish on GM.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah,
combo.
You can use that.
Brionicle says, enjoy your trip and safe travels. It will be hard not having our regular scheduled live streams. I'll survive in the deep south of LA. It'll be hard down there, man. Make sure to stay busy with all them fireflies.
Well, he said there's too much smog to be able to see the fireflies, but at least he'll have his sweet tea.
Yeah, well, the light bugs. Yeah. Okay, so too much smog, but what else does he have to look forward to, right?
Warm summer nights.
Warm summer nights, sweet tea. Maybe get himself some really good, a good crawfish boil down there. Enjoy the sounds of fan boats, cruising down the Venice,
LA River.
Venice River.
I mean, would anybody here on the YouTube channel right now watch if we did a live stream that we wouldn't make like a permanent fixer? We would like unlist it after it aired, but maybe we do like a live stream on the YouTube channel for this crowd because
they will watch it if it goes live. But I'm just saying, I don't want to plan anything.
No.
Because the last time we've tried to do it, it just collapses in horrible
all
fire.
I'm saying here is I have the capability to do that from my phone, so I may do an impromptu one while we're at, say, Waxstock, because that only happens on one day anyway.
Sunday afternoon.
And that's a Sunday afternoon. So
busy.
if some of you are watching, perhaps you catch it up.
We should do it maybe on the Friday night. Maybe we have a Friday
doing laundry.
We have a Friday night where we're doing laundry. Maybe you join us for a laundromat hangout.
There's
it's kind of like a dumpster hang.
Ooh, I like
I'm saying there's 3 places where it could pop up, possibly 4. You have the Facebook group where it's the Rag Company Facebook group. We might do a live in there. That's always a possibility. It may be Levi. It may be my phone. However that plays out. There is also the Instagram, the Rag Company Instagram, where we can do lives from there, which are more like off the cuff. They're a little looser or whatever. Then there's YouTube, which is a little more formal, but we get you guys that way. Otherwise, TikTok has a live feature, but I haven't messed with that. And I don't know about that one.
I've ran into some weird live TikToks.
So I would probably just stick to the ones we know.
I saw a woman with a thing of gack and a microphone.
Okay,
she was like doing some strange things.
So anyway.
I think it was ASMR. JD says, that makes more sense. Thank you. And then we have Brionicle says, sipping sweet tea and watching over the crops. I love all of those
gin
things.
and juice.
Yep. And then Rag Company saying, keep the questions coming, you guys. We're flying through them. Yeah. Harry Housewife says, JD, no problem, buddy. I have a bottle, and honestly, I've had mine 6 months now, and it's still well over half a bottle. I use that stuff on my clothing as well as my car. Smells fantastic. That's right, it does. Brad Clark. Anthony, have you ever been pulled over or received a ticket for being too handsome?
Oh, stop it, Brad. That's so nice of you. Wow, I'm blushing. No, I've never. That's never. Who set that up?
That's
awesome.
Great.
I don't think Brad is a real person. I don't think so. I think that's probably one of our own people.
What about Frank? So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah. What are the top 3 detailing products currently? In top 3.
Well, our top 3, that's easy. Right now in sales, top 3 in sales is Bead Maker, Brake Buster, and Express. Those 3 are dominating everything, taking the world by storm. As to Anthony, your favorite top 3?
Personal favorites.
I don't know, man. That's so hard. Like, I love all of our stuff. I don't really have. I really like GSF from Kosh Chemi.
That smell.
I really like. I don't know, man. I like Forced. I love Forced from Star Glass. Holy crap! I've never loved APC as much as I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. And then other weird product that nobody else buys that I really like for some freak reason is TriClean. I love TriClean.
TriClean's good.
I like the smell of TriClean. It has this weird clinical smell to it. I'm like addicted to it. And every time I spray it, I'm like, oh, it smells so good. But everybody's like, oh, it smells like medicine. I like it.
It did a number on that mold that was in the Montero.
I love the antibacterial effect, right? Knowing that I have a child, right? Being able to use TriClean on surfaces, knowing that this is antibacteria, right? Antimicrobial.
Yeah.
Feels good. Levi, what about you?
O&R. I love O&R.
Oh, that's an easy one.
I can do a bunch. That's like a bingo
but seriously, like I'm saying my top
choose
three.
Again. You don't get to choose that. You don't get to choose
top
that.
three is that product.
You can't choose it.
So honorable mention, and then three others.
Well, I love Mata.
Okay.
I love the smell of Mata.
We definitely can say you love Mata.
I actually really, 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 really enjoy the. I just blanked. Just totally blanked.
Must have been a lie.
It must have been a lie.
It doesn't sound like you enjoyed it.
I actually really like Dreammaker.
Oh, okay.
I really like Dreammaker.
I love the smell of Dreammaker.
I don't know what it is. I just like it. I like putting it on all my cars.
GNS and Gordon killed it on that.
Yeah, those guys, man. I can't believe it all came out of their brains.
Yeah,
amazing.
The
stuff.
whole idea from start to finish. Yeah. It's insane how that worked.
But then the one product that I have actually been finding myself using a lot and kind of fallen in love with is Glad.
Yeah.
It's a unique product, and I've been enjoying it at my house.
Get yourself some Glad.
That's
one of our favorite southern detailing products.
It smells like pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice, and it's like what I like to do is take my Glad and then crack an egg in there, mix it in a little bit of milk, and I stir it up, and I have a Glad Julius.
Gross.
I was thinking more wordplay where Glad sounds like gat, and that's a whole different angle,
Dane. So then I started gatting. The Hairy Housewife says, car-related question, most ridiculous car modification you've done, and now when you look back, question yourself on why you did it. Ridiculous. Car modification.
It sounds like he's looking for one you regret.
Didn't you have, what's it called? Didn't you have the pipes that shot fire?
Oh, flamethrowers?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. I was going to... So
you didn't do it, but you thought about it.
No, I did. I had them on the Lincoln.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And they never really worked.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well.
So the goal was that you'd rev it up, and the more you rev it up, it would run rich. And then you would hit the button, and it would ignite the spark plugs in the exhaust pipes. You push a button and it would shoot fire out the back.
Yeah.
Like just a quick pow.
Because it lights the fumes that are back there.
Yeah, just like a quick pop. That was it. Now, there were dudes that were straight up
where it's like a blowtorch.
Plumbing fuel to there, and you would step on the gas and it would use the air pressure to blow it out.
Yeah.
But no, mine were old school where you would just hit it and it would cause a spark to ignite the fuel that was in there. Just enough to go pah, like a little pop.
Yeah.
Something satisfying.
So it wasn't... The problem was it never worked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like you'd sit there and you'd rev it like 20 times and you'd hit the button and nothing would happen.
Yeah.
And you'd hit the button and then all of a sudden you'd get one and only one pipe would ignite. And you're like, man, this isn't as fun. But during that time, there were guys that were doing the big like diesel stacks out the back of their customs, of their cars. And they were putting fuel, which is pretty crazy. I still don't understand.
Yeah.
What fuel they were using, if it was kerosene or gasoline or what. But that was just more scary. But that was really it. Most of my other stuff was pretty normal. A lot of it was just looking a certain way. Yeah, I never did anything that was crazy to where I've gone like, oh man, shouldn't have done that.
Because I guess ridiculous isn't something you could interpret a few different ways. So.
But
shooting flames is definitely up there.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. Like I ridiculous. It means something completely different to me.
Here's one.
Yeah.
So there was a new kind of like a coating, but it was a coating you could put on your car that would bring back the gloss. It was almost like a wipe-on clear coat. The year was 1994.
Yeah,
I went
about right.
I went and bought it at the AutoZone or the O'Reilly's back then, and used it on my '73 Suburban. to bring back the shine.
How was the paint on it before you did that?
It was very oxidized, just like in all the videos that I saw on TV.
Yeah.
And I was a 14-year-old kid, and I was like, wow, that would look really good, because my mom had just given me the family Suburban as a birthday present. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to get this thing running. It's going to be awesome.
Well, your parents knew how to detail, so clearly you knew you could do things a certain way.
Yeah, but I was looking for the easy way out, and I thought, man, it's going to look great. So I did it.
Oh, boy.
Moved the truck in the back, had it parked in the backyard, and a windstorm came through that night. Everything was still wet.
Yeah.
Because it was straight up like I was applying an acrylic clear to the exterior of the vehicle. Windstorm came through, and tons of little helicopters and debris and bugs. And the next morning I came out, and the whole clear coat was covered in everything. And I was like, oh, whoops. Needless to say, I tried to wash it off. I kind of got some of it off. I had to pick stuff out. The car looked horrible. It looked horrible. It was awful. And then I sold it about a year later. But
so he bought it in that condition?
Yeah.
Nice.
Thinking. No, I mean, there's some stuff. The thing is,
you were a Honda kid. Of course, I know, but I didn't do. But
I've always had good taste, and I mean that.
Yeah,
I've always had good taste. I don't know what to say.
In action.
It's I mean, okay. So maybe good taste.
Your taste hasn't evolved over time.
No, I would say maybe my taste that I had back then was never to like do something stupid, right? And I think it was just because I never wanted to change the way my car looked completely, because that's ridiculous. Why would I do that? I would just buy a different car. I even knew that as a kid, right? But I would say some ridiculous things I did in the learning process of working on cars. Those things were probably ridiculous. Like for one time, I wanted to put an intake on my Honda Civic, right?
Sure.
Went over to some sketchy person's house after school. He was a senior in high school. I was like a junior or sophomore. And he's like, hey, bring your car over. He's like, we'll modify it. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. I want my parents to know. It's okay. It's under the hood, dude. They'll never know, right? Drove over there. This guy's got an EG hatch, right? Literally doesn't even have springs on it. He's just on struts, right? Do you know what happens when you're just on struts and no springs? No, it just literally it just doesn't do anything. It was like static suspension, right? He drove it around like that. And he was like, dude, eventually your car will be as cool as mine. I say, you don't have suspension on your car. You shouldn't even be driving that.
That's stupid.
So he ended up being like, let's install an intake, right?
Yeah.
So he took a piece of pipe, like a cut piece of pipe. It looked like it was at one point an intake pipe.
So this wasn't like an intake part you're installing. You're literally doing a DIY
it was
intake?
an intake pipe. It was just from a completely different car.
Like a Home Depot intake?
Took an intake pipe, right? Grabbed that, said, hey, we're shoving this on. And I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, I'm going to start unclipping everything. Everything breaks. Don't worry about it. It's normal. And I said, okay, are you sure? He's like, yeah, old Hondas like this. The car was really only like 9, maybe 8 years old, right? Starts breaking everything. And then he's like, cool, that looks pretty great. He's like, we're also going to need a filter. I found this one in the trash, right? Pulls out an AM filter. It was like an AM or Canon filter. Literally had a hole busted through it with a rose sticking out of it, like a full-on rose petal head. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, dude, that's fine. It won't get sucked up in there. Like, it's okay. And I'm sitting there like, are you sure? Obviously, this guy knows more about this than I do. But, I mean, he's already worked on his car, right? I guess I should probably believe him. I'm so new to this, right?
Yeah.
Threw it on there, and he's like, cool, man. Hey, enjoy. This is on me. Have fun. I'll see you at school, right? Start driving home. I'm like, man, my car drives like crap. I'm like, this thing sucks, dude. I'm like, it's like the worst intake ever. So I got home. I'm like trying to diagnose it. I had all the broken parts he broke. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I'll ever be able to replace that. And then go figure. I look a little closer, right? Never took my other intake out of the intake box, right? The intake box was still there. This intake pipe was just attached to the already existing intake box, right? So I was like, wait, I'm running air through 2 intakes?
So you're just choking the car.
I'm like, what an idiot, right?
The car's like asthmatic now.
I was like, I learned real quick. I'm like, wow, Honda guys are pretty dumb for the most part, right? I'm like, I don't want to be dumb like them.
Yeah.
Let's just say the bar is low.
I need to be better, right? So then I started doing more tasteful things after that, but there was still some like clunks and bumps along the way. So for example, I had a bunch of Bosnian friends kind of in the same realm. Hey bro, bring over your car, we're gonna lower it so your parents won't notice. And I'm like, I don't know, man, this seems like a bad idea. He's like, no, it's okay, my big brother's gonna help me, right? He brought beer. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna drink beer with you, but I'll come over and let's work on this. He's like, okay, let's lower your car. We lowered my car with a set of lowering springs. We flipped the springs on accident, right? Put the rears on the front. car was slammed, literally on the ground, right? They say, dude, this is so sick. You have to drive around like this. I said, no, I can't. Well, hey, you have to because we have to go because, I'm hearing like their parents yelling at them in Bosnian. Dude, you got to go now. Like my dad's pissed. You have to get out of here, right? I'm supposed to be doing other things. And I'm like, you can't leave me like this. My sprints are on backwards. And then at that point, I said, that really is the last straw. I'm doing everything myself. I don't trust the Honda dudes. I don't like Honda people outside of, the people that I, try to culture and make better. But I was like,
I don't know why you're defending it. It's not like you have a vested interest with a channel.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah,
but man, it sucked. And I learned the hard way on some of those stupid things. So that was ridiculous. And it was great because if I would have gone down that path, it would have been turbo whistle for the exhaust. It would have been the intake vacuum fan thing that goes on the intake. I went the opposite way. And I said, from now on, I'm only doing nicer things.
Man.
So I had some distasteful stickers along the way, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, not too bad. Dane?
I think I went through a phase where, I was messing with Plastidip, but my most embarrassing modification I ever did was painting those Z3 wheels. That was the most embarrassing.
That was hard to watch.
That was hard to watch.
And for almost zero gain.
No, Dane, I really did not like the two-tone on the Miata.
Oh, no.
I worked so hard to get that paint to look perfect. And then Dane took a spray paint can and painted over everything that I did.
And you know what? That was just something I needed to go through that phase. I needed to let that happen. I'm sorry. Sometimes you got to do things
get out of your system
that are hard. But you know what? The funny thing is,
it's cool though. Matt and I only spent a number of hours polishing that car up for you for basically free.
And took it to the car show, and it gave you good advertising. You're welcome.
Yeah. So didn't advertise anything for me. You spray painted it.
So that was a long time after you did that part. Just for the record, I drove it around red for a very long time.
Okay.
So yes. So the big thing for me was I like the look of the two-tone, the 90s Japanese cars with the two-tone kind of thing, and I thought the Miata could be kind of cool. Because I got mine for $1,200, I didn't feel guilty doing silly things to it.
Should have, because I polished that car to perfection.
And meanwhile, Levi guilt trips me about every little thing with it, and it's just the way it is. My spray painting skills are garbage, so don't ever look to me to paint anything for you. It's not going to be a good time. It's not going to be a good result. And I'm the first to admit that. I'm just
glad you can
claim to be great at any of these things. I don't toot my own horn about this kind of stuff, but I will say, don't expect me to paint anything and for it to look good without some serious work afterwards. However, from a distance, I still enjoyed having a two-tone car. I liked having that. It's not for everybody, but I did like it with that car. And, that it is what it is, and it was what it was. But that was the most embarrassing was the Z3 wheels. Goofiest is probably two-toning the car, but I enjoyed that. I would say other than that, I liked putting freaking fender hash marks on
everything
my Element and my Miata. For a while there, I had to put the fender hash on because that's what you do.
Yeah, because he's got a Corvette Grand Sport.
Now, that's not true. Now, here's where a lot of...
Grand Sport.
We all go through embarrassing phases. We just don't want to admit it sometimes. I am very forthright about it. I would be the first to say, yes, I've made mistakes in my past, but I grow as a human being each time. Now, on the fender hash...
Look at him now.
On the fender hash marks... You know what? It's fun. I will say, on the fender hash marks, I always did the correct thing where you only put it on the driver's side. Dumb people put them on both sides or do something like that, but the official, old school race way of doing it was you put it on
Dan,
the
we're behind 30 minutes. We have to get going here.
But the most ridiculous is the Jag ECU mod for sure.
Frank L says, is it difficult to install PPF on headlights? It can be, depending on the headlight. It's best to just try to practice, order extra PPF. Tristan says, do you guys have any experience with color flock elephant preserver? Is it just Vaseline like the ingredients say?
Nope. It has petroleum jelly as one of the ingredients, but it is not like it. If you take a jar of Vaseline and a can of elephant preserver and you open them up, you will notice they are chemically very different.
Yeah, very different.
For some reason, people read an ingredients list and think, oh, I can make that, and they don't realize the actual process.
So, no, elephant leather preserver is pretty rad stuff, especially for old, dry leather.
Frank L says, thanks for doing these shows. You guys are top class, #1. Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Thank you, man.
The Jennings says, y'all be careful and have a safe and fun-filled trip. That's
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it.
Thoughts on G-Technic C5 versus CarPro Deluxe? I've never tried CarPro Deluxe, but I do love G-Technic C5.
Me too.
C5 rocks on wheels and exhaust.
Nick says, with some bad news, I left a bottle of Geon interior detail on my passenger seat when I went inside for lunch, came back, and it had fallen over and leaked on my seat. My leather seat now has a permanent spot. Oh my God.
No.
Tried Color Lock to fix it, but no dice. Oh no, best part. It was on my birthday. Happy birthday, me.
Nick, if it's a black leather, you can try the refresh kit to re-dye that spot. Because what probably happened was
that's what you get for using Geon products, man.
Hey, whoa, Geon, I hear lots of good things.
Kidding.
So,
Rod LG says Rupes releasing a ceramic primer polish. No idea.
Shad Stoker.
Shad. Safe travels. Drink your electrolytes. You're going to need them.
Heck
Thank
yeah,
you,
man.
Shad.
yep. Gatorade.
Brad, Anthony is 100% getting an angry toddler in the middle seat.
Probably.
Shinehouse, is there anything... Is there always a need to use Rupes Pure or Protect after using the yellow polishing compound, or is the yellow as far as some paints need? No, it really just depends on the paint itself. So, Harry Housewife, have you ever played or seen a Switch game called the Untitled Goose Game?
I played that
It's
game.
the most
I have it on my
pointless
Xbox.
but addictive game going. Bought it for my son and ended up playing it myself.
I will look into it.
That is a great little game.
Is it?
It's like an indie game in the Xbox, the Microsoft library. I found it in there. Untitled Goose Game. Yes.
Okay, I'll check it out. Peter
It's
Judge
just a silly, simple little
says,
game.
Happy Friday Eve. What are your recommendations for removing sunscreen from leather and vinyl surfaces?
Color Lock mild cleaner or strong cleaner with a Color Lock brush.
Yeah, and just remember, if it doesn't get any better, it doesn't mean don't keep trying.
Yeah.
That's when you probably should be trying to use leather fresh and re-dye that area. Hans Closen just says, just look some 24. If it gets hairy, you know how to survive.
Just watch some 24.
Just
I was going to
Jack
say,
Bauer.
reading that comment without any context definitely sounds
just-
questionable.
Hans knows how to
He really knows how to phrase them,
translate.
doesn't he?
Peter Judge, also, do you plan on carrying the new KCX foamer bottle that they've started promoting lately? Thanks and have a great trip. We
Yes.
actually just ordered some.
Yes, we just ordered them. Prince Car Care says, evening,
Hey,
guys.
hey, Prince. So he was going to try and make it out to the EU event as well. He's not going to be able to. He's going to send Patrick Mole in his place. So I'm excited to see Patrick. But yeah, Duel, it's super bummed you're not going to be there.
The hairy horsewife says, do I get to see a picture of Dane when I grab my hat?
Yes, you can.
I'll just be there. You don't have to look at any picture. Okay.
What time does our flight depart from Boise? From Boise, we leave here at 10 a.m. on Saturday. We land. We're going to be leaving London when we leave later on at the end of the next 2 weeks. We're going to be leaving about 3 o'clock. So kind of a nice 3 in the afternoon. Nice trip. We're going to leave in the morning in Boise. We're going to leave in the afternoon UK time. Very excited
when
about
we leave here, we leave at like 10-something in the morning. We arrive.
About 2 a.m. Boise time.
Yeah, it's 8-something in the morning where
Yeah.
we're arriving. So,
Yeah.
When we arrive back to here, what time is it going to be?
It'll be 10 p.m. Boise time. It will be nice. It's 10 p.m., so we don't have to stay up. We can go right to bed.
Hopefully.
Well,
that's
right?
the nice
Unless
thing.
our schedule's kind
Well,
of
you get a couple hours. You can chill out, maybe, hang out with the wife and chat, and then go to bed and then sleep the next day.
Yeah. We got Little Homie says, hey, guys, how often would you recommend doing a decon wash on a coated car, and how would you go about doing it? It depends, man. Some coated cars need a decon, once a year. Some other ones may not need it for a couple of years. Best way to go about doing it would be to maybe do a wash with a higher pH soap of some sort that won't hurt the coating, but just kind of help deep clean it. And then I would go through with something like our Ultra Clay Towel or Ultra Clay Mitt with a proper clay lubricant and just kind of give it a once over. No pressure, just kind of lightly go over it. That way you're not marring the surface and you're removing anything that might be stuck to the coating.
you could always go back and check out our Wash Wednesdays, too, for like a nice example of how the process works.
Andre Bassick says, have a safe and fun trip. We will miss you. Same here, man.
Thanks, man.
Old Spice Timber says Joey Belinsky.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
Ooh, Jean-Paul.
Jean-Paul
Gaultier.
Gaultier, fragrances for me. So I do have a bottle of Lamel that I do use. It's a powdery fragrance. It's quite nice. It still has a masculine scent to it, a little bit of notes of vanilla and whatnot. The only downside is that, actually really no downside. It's a clean fragrance. It smells nice, right? Yeah. It's from the 90s, right? I think that's when it was introduced in the 90s. So it was really popular back then. It's kind of like, not as popular nowadays, but when people smell it, they go, ooh, that's... You know who loves it? Sea bass. Because sea bass is like...
He's a 90s guy.
He's a 90s guy for a Gen Zer, which is strange.
No, he is...
Hans has a real question, though. How about Sauvage?
As in Dior, Sauvage.
Sausage. And then Grant says Buffalo Soldier.
Buffalo Soldier, nice.
Lydia, do ceramic soaps provide meaningful protection? They can, Lydia, if especially in the advent of being able to top up certain ceramics. Helps out a lot. And then also, if a car doesn't have any protection on it and you just use a ceramic soap, that's plenty of protection.
I think G-Technic's new ceramic wash is worth its weight. It's good.
Like a wash and wax on steroids.
Harry Housewife says, if you are at the arena Friday night, you may see someone in the car park washing a car and recording YouTube video. That'll be me. Maybe Dane will join you.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, damn.
What I want to do is I want to go and explore the abandoned stadium, right? If anybody has a room stadium side, let's go out there and film our video there.
I like that.
It was kind of desolate when we were there last time.
Yeah, because we got a parking lot view. We didn't get a pitch view.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was
when you get the pitch view, your room is tiny.
Smaller.
Smaller.
Grant Hotry says my top 3 are
could recreate scenes from Ted Lasso.
Rupes, Coach McGuire's brands. And then
Jared, what's the most satisfying moment you've ever had in your detailing career? Jared, most satisfying moment? Really, honestly, just detailing cars. Every car is about the same for me. I've never had a satisfying... When I get that check, get that money.
Get that
That's
green.
when I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
So he doesn't do it for the love of the game?
Les Hernandez says 3D stuff are my number 1, specifically all-in-ones, fast, pretty, great shine, very easy to use. And then Tyler Graff says flamethrower kits worked better on the old manual choke carbureted stuff.
That's what I had, Tyler.
Rev it up.
The 63 Lincoln Continental.
While hitting the button.
That's about as old school as
that's what I'm saying. I had that. It just didn't work. Like Grant, my most ridiculous mod was probably the dog box in the GTR.
That is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already a great car, but I mean, dog box would be pretty fun. Stilly says white waffle with hyper. Yeah, I'll just go back from brooking that truck. Another detailer did something to hammer holograms.
Probably a rotary. They probably used a rotary is what they did to hammer all that in there.
Okay, well, it says this brand new Z71 clay and bead maker would have been
honestly last cut and a soft foam. You shouldn't have any issues.
Yeah.
So, Nick, Levi is still salty about that Miata. That's right.
Yeah.
Literally, we hadn't discussed it in years, and it just suddenly came up here, and boy, was he ready for it.
Ruined all my work.
Oh, hush.
Harry Housewife, thanks for another cracking live, guys. I'll see you next week. Can't wait to meet you in person, man.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you, Darren. And then John says, I can't wait to see you guys. Smith & Western is booked.
Yeah.
We're going to go for rodeo.
So we were talking about this the other day. We were saying how it's a good transitioning spot to go to kind of get us warmed up for America again.
Yep.
Right? Being able to go there to have some of our home brews. They say we have some of the finest American beer, which includes Budweiser, Bud Light, Blue
Light.
Moon, Coors Banquet, and Coors Light. And I go, oh my God, delicious. I think I'm going to drink a Budweiser today.
I think they had Miller, but no, I remember them having fewer beers.
I'm telling you, Budweiser.
That burger.
What's
that?
that?
Delicious burger that we had there.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. I'm excited.
I want to, I just love
the thick accent.
I love the thick accents of everybody. I love the outfits. And I really do love the, what's it kind of like
the cow-shaped and colored bar stools?
Pueblo-shaped.
It's like a jail, like old Pueblo style.
It's very Southwestern themed everywhere.
Graham says, so arriving in Europe around 4 o'clock then? No, we arrive about 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. So we'll leave Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Boise time. We fly to Seattle. We have a layover in Seattle of a few hours, and then we fly from Seattle to the Netherlands, to Amsterdam. So we'll be arriving in Amsterdam about 9 a.m.
Yeah. Nice.
So Graham says, I have about 50 bottles and Gautier release fragrances every year.
You know what's funny? I just have this weird feeling that like we're
Harry Housewife has a pitch view book, he said.
I have
use his room.
Ooh. Nice. I just have a feeling that we're going to get a bunch of people coming to hang out with us and meet us. They're going to be loaded up with cologne. Right? They're
going to show it like, do you like mine?
So they're going to they're going to spray themselves 50 times. They say, Anthony, they look at me. So what do you think? And I'm like, I think you smell pretty good, man. I don't know what to say.
Imagine the reverse happens and they're all expecting you to be Mr. Fragrance guy. So without saying a word, people just go and just start sniffing you. Yeah. In your personal bubble, just
I'll need to bring the all-day cologne solution package, which is
wow, that'll repel people.
Which is the patchouli scent. Scared me.
You made a pregnant woman barf.
Yeah, that happened.
No, that really happened. Tristan says, "Is it true the only way to protect interiors is by tinting the windows?" Yeah, realistically, for long term. Tinting the windows is probably the best thing you could do for your interiors.
Big advocate of tinting windows just for the protection and the UV protection.
Because what we see when we go to the junkyards, cars that had tinted windows usually do have better interiors, better fabrics, better upholstery. There's not a lot of sun bleaching. There's not a lot of that. When cars don't have tinted windows, the damage is hit and miss a lot more.
Well, without giving too much away, our project, for example, has what appears to be very old tint. Very old tint. However, the interior is in remarkable condition considering its age. So that kind of shows there was probably tint at an early stage.
Thank you, G. That's a great one.
So, G. Oh, no. G. Davis says, I hope you don't wake up post-wax talk in a local motor lodge bathtub with Hans Klosen fretting over an online delivery order of KFC.
Yeah.
Are you surrounded by ice? Because that's when you should immediately be looking down and checking to make sure you still have all your organs.
Hans says, see you soon, dudes. Hans, we can't wait to see you, brother.
How menacing to have that afterwards.
Hans, we will see you. We will see you this weekend, soon, and we can't wait. Still, he's saying, what's a good way to remove product? Previous detailers use wax white residue off the black plastics. An APC. Honestly, you can use an APC. You can use a melamine hyper polish on its own with a pad. You can polish over it. It'll remove all of it.
Take a towel, put a little bit of hyper polish on it. Go to those plastics and start rubbing it off. I swear it's amazing.
It's nuts.
Graham Marshall says, I'm bringing along a little something based on an item that was in the studio in an old podcast.
Oh, very nice. Can't wait.
Just it's a Morgan. it's like a.
It's just a Morgan cutout
figurine cutout. like Graham, I don't know.
Oh no, like it's a little clay figurine. You just put it on the table.
Ooh,
that would be good too. Grant says, "I feel your pain, Levi. I spent 2 days detailing and coating a newish HKS spec R35, only for it to be wrapped in chrome the day after delivery. That's how I felt.
Yeah, you know what though? I took a much more damaging approach because I spray painted it in my garage.
Yeah, it wasn't even wrapped.
Now I masked off the stuff. There was still overspray, but I masked off the stuff. My garage got the overspray.
No, the whole car was covered in it.
That too.
Pretty bad.
But it is what it is. You gotta
do it. You're a young kid, just out there having fun.
You're having fun.
28 years old.
But you know what? Some things I didn't get out of my system until later. So.
Adam Bell says, best way to remove white TFR stains from chrome, try Trinoms. I've tried Coach Chemi H8 by hand and made no difference.
You can pick up on the chrome window trims. You can pick up a metal polish or even clarity cream can work pretty good. It also just depends on the actual like plastic, if the chrome, because sometimes it's a plastic coated chrome and what you have is that plastic and the plastic got burned. So polishing it's not going to make a difference.
Hans is filling up the hot tub right now. Hans, I'm going to be watching you around my drinks on casino night at the Rico. We're going to see.
When the way this works is it's not a hot tub, it is a very cold tub.
Oh no!
He's filling it with ice right now.
It's a very cold tub. See a cooler in the room, you still have a chance. Steal that cooler and run.
Got to numb you up. In Focus Photography, I just ordered a Camaro SS 1LE and has Alcantara steering wheel and shifter. What do you recommend keeping it clean? Never had a car with Alcantara. We have an Alcantara kit right here. Pick it up, the Color Lock kit.
Use that.
Use offer code MEM20. You can get a discount, 20% off. Pick it up right now. I think you'd like it. It's great. Graham says it ain't juice, but... not Cougar bitter. No, John holds on to law.
I think it's
all right, guys.
So wish us luck.
Monday. If you're in Europe and you're in mainland Europe and you want to come see us, we're going to be at the Rag Company HQ for EU right there in Hengelo, 10 Opelstraat, Hengelo, Netherlands. Come see us. We're going to have a little afternoon get-together at the
the afternoon delight is what we're going to call that, right?
OCC. It's going to be fun. We're going to be hanging out there. So please come see us. Come spend time with us. And then later that week, on June 5th, Sunday, Waxstock. Pick up your tickets now. John Hull's waiting. He wants you guys to be buying your tickets.
Yep.
Go to waxstock.com, pick them up, get your orders in so you can go attend Waxstock in Coventry, London, or Coventry, UK.
England.
England. We're going to be there. We're going to be having some fun. It's a good time. It's not at the Rico Arena. It used to be called the Rico. It's the Builders Society Association and Place.
The address is the same.
You got to do it. And then Stillies is asking who you flying. We're flying Delta, of course. And so we will hopefully be enjoying ourselves. We've got some seats with recliners in them. We're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, we're not totally.
But we can't wait. We're excited to see everybody. John, can't wait to give you a hug. I'm picking up some M&Ms for you. Harry Housewife, can't wait to meet you in person. We'll see you guys. Graham, everybody, Hans, can't wait, buddy. We're excited.
Everybody,
we're excited to see everybody.
Show up.
Coventry Building Society Arena. There you go. Thank you, John.
There it is.
That's where we're going to be. So please come to Waxstock. Come see us. It's going to be fun.
Come see us at TRC EU.
That too on Monday.
All right. So all that out the way. If you're not sure about any of that, it felt like a lot of information, feel free to message any one of us. We'll probably hit it up on our way in between flights. You get the idea. But if you're listening, thank you. If you're watching, thank you. We always appreciate when you guys join us for these. It's a lot of fun. And you guys watching is what makes it possible. So without you, we don't have a show. Anyway, thank you so much. Please subscribe. Please hit like on it if you haven't already. It helps us out. It helps you out so we can continue doing this. And we really look forward to heading overseas and getting to meet our friends across the pond. So, with all that said, have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon, hopefully, over there. See ya.
Let's go!